ークの怪獣ボーリングゲーム。狙いもピンセットも一人で OK だよ。ブルマークの怪獣ボーリングゲーム。
ウルトラ怪獣出現。発進。ウルトラホーク1号。ジェットビートル。今君の手に。リモコンゴジラ出現。歩く、泣く、光る。メーサー戦車がコントローラー。バンダイリモコン電動怪獣王ゴジラ。
Today on Collect All Monsters, I am in a park right now, but I'll be at my desk later, and that's when we'll do the show. Ikimashou! What's up? Hello, and welcome to episode 38 of Collect All Monsters, the show that delves into the kaiju genre from the collectible side of things. My name is Kyle, and I'm here with my lovely co-hosts for the next so many, hours going on here, like 2 hours probably. We'll hang out with you guys and talk about the news in collectibles. We'll talk about stuff we got recently, and we have a really cool segment all about celebrating the women of Tokusatsu, which we're just going to scratch the surface on, you guys. It's going to be a continuing, I hope, segment here at Collect All Monsters. But what we do when we start things off here on the show is we kick off our Showa and Tell, where we ask the co-hosts to step on to the main stage and show off anything that they've gotten in the past month since our last episode. And we'll start things off with Mr. Leslie Chambers. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Doing good. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Collect All Monsters, episode number 38. And of course, as Kyle just talked about, we're talking about the women of Tokusatsu, basically our favorite, at least a couple of our favorite actresses involved in our favorite kaiju films. In honor of this awesome month, March, and this month is Women's History Month. So in honor, again, of the women that we're going to cover, but also for the women that's in our fandom. Of course, we got Christine here on the show, my beautiful wife, Sandra, Jessica Etchels, Monster Lou, Lolo, Miss Diane from Clawmark Toys. Of course, if you're in this fandom, and of course, let's honor the women. So let's put your one up for the women in our fandom right now. Come on now. Put them up. Put them up. Come on. They deserve it. Thank you very much. They deserve it. Yeah, round of applause. Yeah, they deserve it. So,
we love our toys.
All right. So, happy Women's Month to all you fine women that's in our hobby. We honor you. We appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And only got two things to showcase, which is kind of weird because it's not like me, but things have been kind of like slowing down as of late. Again, I've been more strategic what I want to get in my collection. But of course, I'm going to show these off. First and foremost, I got the X Plus Death for Real Rick Exclusive Edition, and I love this guy, and I make no apologies for it, but of the 1967 Godzilla.
So cute!
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows I'm a huge fan of this Godzilla, even though I know a certain co-host on this show finds this Godzilla icky and ooey and gooey, but we ain't got to rat him out, Kyle, but still. This is but again, I love this guy. You know what I'm saying? I make no bones about it. I love the 67 Godzilla. And again, this is a Rick exclusive, so it comes with his warped, deformed.
Yes!
What you're supposed to do is put him on top of on his tail like this, you know what I'm saying? To recreate that scene, you know what I'm saying? Because this is supposed to be the newborn Mania. But the way
Oh God.
That would make a great giant defo reel. I tell you.
You would think. You know what? If
That'd
they
be
do make
nightmare
this,
inducing, though.
if they do make this into like the gigantic Defo reel, I've been passing on them, the Shin and the train body that we saw recently. But if they were to make this, I probably would go after it because again, I love the design. Yep. I'm all for it. But and again, you're supposed to put him on your tail like this, and he sits perfectly on the tail, even though he has that Napoleon complex going on. But what I do, there's like a backstage photo. It didn't happen in the film, but you see Godzilla and Mania holding hands. So I actually put him like this, where he's like holding his hand.
Dude, that's how I display mine too. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this is cool. And secondly and finally, you know what? We're with the Island series. You know, might as well stick with the Island series. And I want to bring up, oh God, it's resin and it's heavy.
Oh
But
my God, be careful.
I'm trying to be careful with it. But it's the
Scare me.
33 centimeters Tenjitsu Crafts 1966 Godzilla.
Oh,
This guy.
Wow.
Amazing.
Now, we all know where this guy comes from. We all know. And no, this is not in a Mega Beast. This is not in a Mega Beast where it's intensely looked like this. It is to a certain extent because this is the Nankai Goji suit from Son of Godzilla, but from the tail end from Sea Monster where Godzilla looked like he was under the influence of something. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't looking good.
So this kit was specifically made to look like the shoddy Godzilla from the latter half of that film, and of course it was in the water scenes for Son of Godzilla. It attacked New York in the water scenes for Destroy All Monsters, and it was finally used in 1971's Godzilla vs. Hedra, where Godzilla tried to drown. No, when Hedra tried to drown Godzilla in that pit, that wasn't the Shoshingeki suit that was used in that scene. It was this guy. So, but again, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Charles Blankenship and John
Charles
LeGrand for building it. Yeah, from building and painting this thing for me. This is nice. You know, again, I know it's shoddy. I know it's look like it's been run over by a lawnmower 14 times, but that's the intention. That is the intention of this. So it looks really good. I can't wait to Cocainezilla. Yeah, so I can't wait to put this up against. Why did they you know what? I understand why they did it. You know, it was basically Subaraya's doing, but why did they have to give this suit a new head that looked like he was drugged? Like, why? Like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't really have to do that, but that's the charm of this suit. Because when you look at it, you're like, yep, I know where it comes from. I know exactly where it comes from. So Godzilla, Nankai Goji suit, Cocainezilla, it don't matter. I love it. I really do love it. So that's it with my box days as of late. So I'm going to kick it out to my main man up in Seattle, Washington, the one, the only, David App.co. What you got, David?
Thanks, Leslie. Hey, everybody. I just wanted to say this is episode 38, and I still absolutely love our opening montage. I get chills every time I see that. I almost said a bad word. I love that. I love it. It's so cool. And after 38 episodes, see, holding it back, get control. It's great fun, and I still love seeing it before every show. So, yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to Greg Betters, who is on the mend. He had a little bit of an accident a while ago, and we were all wishing him speedy recovery. And I'm happy to report that everything's going well, and he is definitely on the mend. So, Greg, we're thinking about you. Glad everything's going well, and yeah, cool. It's good. I'm just glad to hear that.
Yeah, so get better soon.
Yes, please get better soon, and no more accidents. No more snowblowers. Okay.
Scary.
Do it the old-fashioned way, like I do, because I can't afford a snowblower. Anyway, let's get right into what I got. I got a couple things actually. Nothing as sort of epic as last week, but I got a couple of things. So first of all, a little gift. Nick Sides and his girlfriend Rhiannon were here last weekend, and Nick brought a little gift for me. A little M1 Mecha Godzilla, super cute. Yeah. Love it. Thanks, Nick. Love you. Another small thing that I got during our travels with Nick, we went to a really cool sort of urban vinyl shop in Capitol Hill in Seattle. I got the little Super 7 reaction glowy 54.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
I saw it in the wild. I love capturing Godzilla in the
Nice.
wild. There's something cool about it, And I just couldn't pass him up. A little carded figure. I should have saved the card, but I didn't. But I love little glowy 54, little glowy Shodai. Love it. Oh yeah, another thing that I got while I was waiting for Nick to come, I did a little scan of Iwojimaya Shopping Center and Kinokuniya, and I got the little Bandai
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
coming out of the egg. Couldn't pass him up. Little
Right.
pricey for what it is, but it's like, yes.
But you want to walk away with something.
Just super cute. I had to grab it and
That's cute.
take him home. So very, very, very
That's Goji Band, right? Goji Band.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The Angerus is
then-
just great. Yeah.
What else? Oh, of
Cute.
course, I got my Planet X
Yes.
citizen alien, whatever you call him.
Excellent.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, no pun intended.
Excellent.
Love the detail on him. I love just everything about him. His little fists are clenched back there. Really great. Please continue with this Toho Maniacs line. It's just so great. We all love it. Not too expensive and a great small footprint to fit in your collection. He can go anywhere in my collection and still look good.
Absolutely.
So had to get this one, and then I got a couple of plant monsters. So I placed an order for this figure from Planet X Asia last year, and it was supposed to be released in November, but I just got it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
And I was getting a little worried, but definitely was worth the wait. And of course, it's this really cool Coronia.
Oh, yeah, they
And
were really cool.
Coronia
Oh,
is one of my
yeah.
favorite Ultra Monsters. Kind of an underrated episode. I think it's a great episode.
That's a great
And
episode.
they did a really excellent job
That's
with this figure.
beautiful.
And
Woo.
what's even better is it came with this little teeny
Yeah.
figure of the when Goto, the fake Science Patrol member, reveals himself to really be the blood-sucking plant from Bolivia. So
You need like a little closet
little
or something,
guy,
or a little room to put
and
him in.
it's a really what's that, John?
You need like a little closet or something, and a little
Yes, a
room.
little cabinet. Yes, which is a segue into the person that I chose for my Tokusatsu woman. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then the last thing I got was, John, you're gonna love this. I showed it to you earlier. This is the
Oh, man.
Dream Rocket Gargoyle Vine, aka Satan Rose, if you've seen the Japanese version.
That's big.
He's big, right?
Yeah.
And he's sort of
Wow.
disposable.
And
He's this creepy
Oh, the vines
alien-
don't move?
Oh,
yeah,
no,
the vines move too. This creepy
That's
alien.
amazing. Yeah, look
Oh,
at this.
that is so
He's got his mouth right here. He just freaked me out when I saw the episode. He
no.
actually has two episodes in the series, and I was really lucky to get him. Now he's kind of hard to find. Now he's sold out. It's kind of hard to
super
find.
cool.
Was he
I want to
pricey?
get a. He wasn't initially, but I think he is now. I think he's in the secondary market. He's a little bit pricey, but if you like giant robot Johnny Sacco, he's really cool, and he's just super quirky. And I love the plant monsters. I just realized I need a green mons. I don't have a green mons in my collection. I have the X Plus, but I don't have a green monster Fubi in my collection. So I need to get one of those at some point. But I think I'm looking around here. I think that's all I got, and for me, that's pretty good, right? That's a bunch of stuff. So, not really on the John Ruffin level, but I
Not that
basically,
You can never reach
I
John
basically,
Ruffin level.
really went overboard with my purchases last time, and I had to cut back a little bit, just like Leslie and Kyle. I'm sort of like trying to just really level out and not go crazy, and so that's all I got really. So, oh yeah, one more thing, a little Gashapon Maneki Neko
Oh, that's cute.
that I also got in
Awesome.
Kinokuniya. Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Also, cool shirt.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
let's-
we're gonna talk about this when thank you for noticing, and I think it's pretty cool too. But we're gonna talk about this when we come to my news item. So that's a little bit of a preview. And without further ado, I'm gonna pass it over or down or up, wherever the hell she is, over to Christine Chapin. What do you got going on for Showa and Tell this month?
Hey. So wow, episode 38, crazy. That's how old I am. Oh wait, am I? Yes, I am. I forgot. I'm gonna be 38 for a couple more months, so I'm gonna savor this time. Yeah. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. My mind is already going, apparently.
Oh,
so.
please, just stop.
But I'm very excited to about this episode because there's so many fantastic women in the Tokusatsu films, and I can't wait for us all to touch base on our favorites. But off to my toys, so I didn't get a lot this month either, but man, I made it count. So, shoot, I don't know if I want to do it first. So, okay, I'll do this. So I got the one-up Burning Godzilla that was just released at Wonderfest? Wonderfest, yes. That you guys were at, Kyle.
The one Kyle was at, yeah.
Yep. And I was really looking forward to this piece because it's a new sculpt that One Up just put out. And a really cool thing about it is it came with these two awesome bonus pieces, a little aggregate form Destroya, and a junior.
That's what I wanted. I wanted a junior.
Yes.
I don't want the other one. I want the junior.
And so I hope that eventually we'll get, I would love to see more junior representation, like an junior, more junior Sofubi, because there's not really a lot. And but I just think it's like just a cute little set. I love it. And then I finally dipped my toes into the, what's it called? The indie kind of Sofubi kind of.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
I got it! And Akuma Tenchi!
Man. Got one.
I got my first Akuma Tenchi piece that I bought actually, and as soon as I saw him announce the submission of interest for this one, I couldn't say no. I mean, look at this. Like it's you can't really tell on the screen, but it's cool like you guys, these are just so, and like the way that it feels, like they are expensive. They are expensive, but
they're very heavy. They're very heavy.
Yeah, they are, and the vinyl's really like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like smooth.
It's like double dipped. It's like it's not. How do I say this? The stuff you see behind me for the most part is a single dip in vinyl and you're done. You know, it's like you've got this, obviously the ones that are literally right behind my head right now are not that case, but you know, you've got like one color vinyl and then they spray it a few colors. With these Akame Tenchi pieces, and like I have the Zombie Law figure right up here.
And that's right.
That thing has like, it's like there's a color inside that's dipped vinyl inside. There's a color outside that's dipped vinyl, and all the different paint apps on it. They're just really, they are expensive because they are not mass produced, like these guys are, generally speaking.
Fantastic.
Very true. Unless you're Leslie, everybody should get one, right? I mean,
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like you should have at least one.
That's exactly how I felt when I got mine, Christine. One is, I'm good with one. I'm good with one, although I really do love yours. But they are everything she said and then some.
I love yours too. He's constantly putting out new colorways and new sculpts, and so I knew eventually I wanted one because this was the sculpt that I like. It's the 3D 4K.
It's beautiful.
Hired, I think it's called. But like the thing that I love about this is it changes colors as you move it around. So like right now, well, it's kind of hard to see, I think, but like this is a little more yellow, but then as you like move it over, it'll like change to purple as you. I don't know. I don't.
In it.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. Like it's obviously painted from the inside, but wow, like definitely worth the money. If you could only save up to get one.
So happy for you. Yeah.
I waited until I found like the one. And
me too.
So
that's how I was too. It's like an oil slick, Christine, isn't it? Almost like an oil, like see how
yes, it's like that iridescent sheen kind of.
It's beautiful.
Well, like literally, like my pictures and like video, like nothing. It doesn't capture. Like I can see it on the screen now, but it doesn't look like anything. What it looks like in person is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's my one. My one big purchase for this year. Oh, and then I also got my good friend Danielle. Now we're talking about Women's Month. She makes the most amazing pins. She's come out with all these kaiju pins she's doing now. So I got her King Ghidorah, and they're really big, nicely made. Like they're just beautiful pins. And her Rose Violante, which has like a little glittery rose, which is a cool little like thing she added. I'm trying to get what's on the light.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I got
I like that.
her Gigan pin, and then I got these cute little stickers. Mickey.
Oh, awesome. Oh, wow.
And then Namikawa.
Awesome.
So, yeah, go check out her brand is called Mini Mini Mochi Inc. So you can find her on Instagram. She's got Facebook. I mean, Danielle Ryan, if you know her. Maybe later we'll link her her website down so you can go. I mean, definitely support her art. She does she's been doing art for years and she's so good at it. I'm so glad she's starting out with these pins because they're beautiful. And I can't wait to add them to my Kaiju Battle Vest. And then the last thing I did buy this month is my plane ticket to G-Fest! Woohoo! I've locked it in. I can't wait. Me and my sister's coming with me, my niece and nephew. So I'm so excited because I missed last year and I missed everyone so much. I cannot wait to go back and see everybody and see the new hotel and all the guests we're going to have coming. So
it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then I can't wait to see you guys and whatever we have planned going on there, but definitely be seeing you guys at G-Fest this year. Oh, I'm knocking things over. This year, so yes, very excited.
Awesome.
All right, John, I know that I'm sure you have some amazing and wonderful, crazy, obscure items that we're all just dying to see what you got.
Oh, I'm on a hiatus.
No! I didn't even think that was in your vocabulary.
Buy nothing. I haven't even looked. I've gone a whole month without doing a search on Mandarake or Baidu.
What?
Because there's a good reason behind it.
It's a good
There's
reason.
a very good reason behind it.
True.
And I noticed things that are probably there, but I'm on a hiatus because Tuesday I'll be leaving for Japan.
Woo!
A delayed self-birthday gift.
Outstanding.
I would have loved to have been there, Kyle, with you guys back in February, but it didn't work out.
We would have loved to have you there, buddy. Yeah.
I was determined to still make the trip, and hopefully at the end of this year, we'll all do it together. But with that said, I do have a few things. Just
of course.
I only have 19 things to show. I'm on a hiatus, but I still have 19 things to show.
No. Do I hear music?
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, I do hear music.
Was that on purpose? I hope.
But it's great to be here with everybody. It's been a tough week, a busy week, dealing with a number of issues, and I appreciate those who have just have known about it. That you all have been thoughtful, and I appreciate it. And thanks for the birthday wishes. Really
yes, happy
appreciate
belated.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm in my Godzilla Raids Again church.
Oh, what?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm past it. I'm almost. I'm not quite Godzilla, King Kong versus Godzilla. We got a couple years for that. But,
yes, we got two. Yeah, I was in my Shodai era last year. But okay, so a big special thanks because of his thoughtfulness and his incredible artwork, and he knows I love Shin Godzilla. Giuseppe from Kaiju Sketches. Giuseppe Bianchi is awesome. Shin Godzilla.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. He does such cool art.
Giuseppe's a sweetheart.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
with my growing Shin Godzilla artwork, this will go. I did get but I haven't. I've been so busy. I didn't have a chance to open it. The Defo Godzilla 2004 Final Wars.
Oh, that's the Death for Real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I should have got that.
Wait. You're supporting Final Wars?
I thought this looked pretty cool.
It does look cool. I like the pose.
The answer is yes.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I regret not getting the 98 Defo.
Good. Oh, well,
I'm done,
I think
man.
That looks
I'm
really
done.
cool.
I'm out of here. Screw this. No, man.
I'm with you there, John. I support you on this, John. Because
Nothing. Got nothing. No
I
comment.
kind of want to get that. With
No
the little
comment.
baby. That's cool.
I know, it looks great. And this is pretty. I'll just send this to you, Leslie, because you need this in your life.
I need Jesus. I need Jesus right now. I need Jesus. Lord, I need you.
And my friend got me this cool the GMK puzzle.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's a puzzle?
Yeah.
Now we're
that's
talking.
cool.
Because of the Godzilla 54, like American poster, I think is the other one. So this
Nice.
completes my little set.
Nice.
You know, it's all good. And lastly, Leslie sported his, and you know, the Mecha Godzilla of all Mecha Godzillas.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow, John, that's really nice.
Woohoo.
Wait,
The
show that
best
again.
one.
Let me see that again.
Oh,
The best one.
I think I
Tell
need
him,
that.
John. Tell him, John is the best one. Let him know.
every angle, everything is perfect. It's
Wow.
perfection. I mean, that
It looks
you can't
really
beat
nice.
that. I mean, he's got all the angles, the face.
I
The
like the
gigantic
museum
is all
pose.
that, but this is even better than the gigantic.
like the museum pose. I do.
Looks like
Facts.
he's ready to attack.
If they would just, you know, just articulate the arms, like give you some more
Mm.
articulation in the future with one of the, this is it. This is it. And, you know, I wish the head, the
Oh,
mouth,
look at
I mean,
that.
just the mouth. Yeah.
Oh,
His arms do move. His arms do move,
Yeah,
man.
they do. I mean, I wish that we would get a jointed, you know, something that.
Oh, okay.
like his hands and stuff too.
Yeah, or replace the arms with,
Wow.
you know, the different.
Pretty
That's
nice.
one thing.
Yeah.
That's a, and that's my Showa and tell.
Nice. Excellent.
Good stuff, John. Good stuff.
All right.
Always.
But I'm looking forward to something better, you know, next time. Some more to share.
Some hand-picked
But-
stuff.
Yes, yes. I had to resist, and we'll see what Japan is holding and hiding. So
Waiting.
I'm looking for some things. Kyle, how about you? Showa and tell.
Oh, you know me. I'm
I know.
these days. Wow, I tell you, the idea of buying stuff from Japan is always going to be interesting, and I'm always going to be like, "Ooh, cool!" But there's like a stop sign that automatically comes up and just says, "Hold up, you're going to be there soon."
Great.
So there's every once in a while something will slip through those cracks, and I did get this guy, which
Oh,
is
yes.
this Godzilla skeleton.
Wow.
Thank you.
There's always that.
Beautiful.
Look at, I got the black light plugged in over here so we can look at him glow a little bit. But yeah, he's
cool.
he's a lovely sculpt from Anraku Onsaku. I see Christine has the bone version, and if they had not actually done this one, I probably would have gotten one of the bone ones eventually. But yeah, this to me, it looks Halloweeny. I love skeletons. I love.
He said
kaiju.
Halloweeny.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't it? Doesn't it look
I
like
love the glow
like
in the
it
dark
should be
look
singing
for
like
it.
a spooky, scary story about a thing? You know, just like to me, this is like it's not just Godzilla, but it's also very me. So
It's
to
macabre.
me, I had to
Macabre.
Yeah,
have
macabre.
There you
yeah,
go.
macabre, but also kind of
Macabre.
funny and cute. Very Adam. I love the Adams family.
Yeah.
I love.
Chibi macabre.
If you don't know this, I actually
do.
own quite a lot of bones downstairs in my
Yes, you
living
do.
room. So, yeah, that's
that's
what I
really
got
cool.
right there. And I cannot remember if I showed it off on the show or not, but I also got the art of Shin Ultraman book.
Oh, I don't think you
Did I show that off? I can't remember.
I didn't see
Anyway.
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
think
it.
so.
I don't
Oh, that's
think
Oh,
so.
what?
Much smaller
yeah.
compared to
yeah,
the Shin Godzilla art of book, which
I'm
is
I
about
would say so.
1,000
It's
times
huge.
bigger
Like,
than this.
like that thick, yeah.
I wonder if
which
they have
is
a bigger
down here.
one planned.
I don't know if they have a bigger one planned, honestly. I mean, because essentially what this is this is not even called the art of Shin Ultraman. It's just sort of like is what it is. Like inside is where all the designs are. But you know they've moved on to Shin Kamen Rider already, so
Yeah.
that's in
Oh,
theaters
that's
now,
right.
and
That's right.
I would expect either another Shin announcement soon or like at least
What else
that
can
to
they
sort of
do?
like ramp up and see a whole bunch of like Shin Kamen Rider stuff. Yeah,
Shin
and
Mothra.
that's really it for me. I had like, and actually when I did the unboxing of this, I said this could possibly be my final unboxing until I'm in Japan because
Whoa.
like the way things are moving, like the things that I'm trying to actually get are things for the house, right? That I'm gonna need when I live there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to share for this particular segment. We, I guess, are gonna do the chat room check-in. I'm confused right now because I know we got people watching because I see a whole bunch of people commenting and stuff like that, but our weird numbers at the top left are weird. So if I say, yeah, thanks for watching, we got one person watching on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh.
That's not
Thank
true.
you to that one person.
I don't think
And now it
that's
says
true.
0. This definitely, there's something going on with that count. So however many people are here, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys are here. You know, we have we're broadcasting live, I think, on YouTube and Facebook. So long
We
as all
are.
the software
We
is
are.
going well. Thanks, buddy. And yeah, everything. This episode 38 is going to be a blast. We have, like I said earlier, we're talking about the women of Tokusatsu for our big segment coming up. We've got the news coming up next, and we've even got a giveaway later on. And don't forget, we've got our collector moment happening later on with our moderators from the Facebook group,
Outstanding.
the Collect All Monster Collectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do the chat room check-in, Leslie.
Yeah, it says here on my end we got 32 people watching on YouTube. Don't know about the
That's more
Facebook
like
thing.
That's more
But-
like it.
34. So it's rising. I don't know what's going on your end, Kyle, but we got more than one person watching. I mean, it's Collect All Monsters. Come on now. All right, let's count them down. All right, Mark Rodriguez, Helmet, what's going on, Helmet?
What's
Kaiju
up,
Battle, Kaiju Battle, Michael, what's going on? Alex Sawyer, of
What's up,
course. Greg Coggin,
Greg.
my hep. Sorry if I butchered that. I'm sorry. Michael Hang, of course, got to Train 1090. Adrian, always here. Nathaniel Plummer. I guess he's my biggest fan. Let's see. Eric Stope, Varzilla 1, Greg Betters, Fancies of Cats, Johnny Coke. Let's see. Chris Reed. Let's see. Who else?
What's up, Chris?
My beautiful wife Sandra. What's up, babe? I know you're downstairs. Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Sandra?
Let's see. Who else? That's all I can see. Oh, we got a special guest in the house. Your mama, Christine. She's in the chat.
Awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. Let's see. Wander This World 97. Pandy Thremic or Pandemic. Oh boy. Larry Latham.
Andy Three Mick.
Trust me, you'll see it. Larry Latham. Let's see who else. Enzyme 2000.
I saw Tanner in there.
Tanner. Godzilla 14 car fan. All right. ES Kimura, Bill's
What's up,
Carnage. Of course, Robert Dwyer. And yes, Dwyer, we're gonna talk about that Will Kobayashi person, so don't trip in the comment section, okay?
Chill yourself out.
Just saying, don't be tripping.
Relax yourself.
They weren't gonna say it, but I was gonna say it, so don't be tripping.
Yeah, but I'm
All right.
You got some
We
hype.
love you, Robert.
All right.
We love you, Robert.
All right, yeah, but that's all that I see thus far. So thank you for everybody for tuning in to Collect All Monsters. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
Again, one up to the women on the women on this show. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Leslie. As usual, I really appreciate your help for that. And thanks to Jonathan for throwing up the names on screen there. He's producing for us again, doing an amazing job.
It's awesome.
Good job, Jonathan.
Making the show just that much more polished, and that's like what we're all about right now, right? So what is next? That is going to be our news segment, because we always have a ton of kaiju collectible news. Every month this deluge of news comes out, and what we do every month is we pick our favorite item to share in our kaiju collectible news. All right, now I'm gonna get let's see, I gotta get the news open, and we're gonna get Leslie's images up right now. Look at me, not ready to go. I'm just relying too much on
All
my...
good. It's the weekend.
It's okay. It's okay. I see. There's Giuseppe.
Giuseppe, thank you
Nice.
again for your wonderful art.
John showed your art a little minute ago. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's so cool. He just
Perfect.
is cool.
Perfection.
It's just like it must. I feel like it's so detailed. I feel like
Talented
It
guy.
is detailed.
yeah.
It was
One of the
a
nicest
beautiful
dudes,
white
one of the
wall,
nicest
real
dudes you ever
big
want to meet,
mural.
too. Love that guy.
All right.
All right, dude.
Okay.
What you doing?
This is the Black Eric Carter with the news.
Oh, I
I
love
had
it.
to
love
say
it.
that.
Yeah, you did.
I had to say that. John, did I get you, buddy? Did I get you?
Okay.
Oh god. Nah, but seriously, I want to talk about in my new segment, Cavity Colors just announced their newest collection in regards to Godzilla, and they're doing the Return of Godzilla 1984, also known as Godzilla 1985. And let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this collection looks so cool. Now, I know that the past collections, at least from my opinion, this is from my opinion, in my opinion, they haven't been the best in the world. Like the Destroyer one was kind of like.
Wait a minute.
What?
Violante was amazing.
But it wasn't recent, so shut up.
One was epic. It
wasn't
last
recent,
year.
so it wasn't recent, so shut up. Okay, Satan, get out of here. Now, as I was saying, the past collection, like seriously, like the past collections, in my opinion, like the Destroyer one was kind of like, eh. The Gigan one, even Kyle will tell you, he's a huge Gigan fan, was kind of like, eh. The Mechagodzilla ones in 74, I thought was like the last great collection. That was kind of like cool.
Yeah.
But this one looks really cool. And I'm definitely going to get the one that the hoodie, you know, with the Godzilla's name on it and his face in the background. And yeah, that looks great. And like the main shirt, the first shirt that you showed, Kyle, that looks great. I'm definitely going to get that. But go to the sweatpants right fast if you can, Kyle. Let me just tell you, that's fine for women, but I'm telling you right now, if you're a dude and you're a friend of mine, do not walk up to me at G-Fest for those pants. I am telling you,
buy them now.
don't do it. I mean,
You're asking for it now, Leslie.
who would have thought that they made sweatpants into skinny jeans? I'm sorry, no grown man should be rocking that. It's great for women, but again, if you're a dude and you're a friend of mine and don't walk up to me at G-Fest like, hey, dude, and I see those tight ass sweatpants on you, it's not gonna be good. So
size medium, add to cart.
Yeah,
Well,
come on, guys.
I guess I need to
don't do it.
Note to self. I got to ship mine back, I guess, huh?
Well, you can wear them as long as we
No,
FaceTime
I
each
didn't
other.
get-
But
I
that's-
did not get it. No.
But let me just tell you, this right here, like I'm fine with
this one.
Disturbing.
I'm fine with the hoodie. I am fine with the main shirt. I'm even fine with the blue one with the pink, logo of his name. But this right here, this is disturbing because everybody knows when you see that image, that
The scream.
for
Like
me,
oxygen.
For me, that traumatized me as a kid because, again, in the American version, they add in that scream where you actually think that he was going to die, right? And Biollante didn't come out, at least here in the States, till like almost 6 or 7 years later.
Yeah.
So, for those 6 or 7 years, I thought Godzilla was dead, and this moment signifies that. And whoever came up with that decision to put this on the shirt so we can relive our childhood nightmares, let me just tell you, I hope that you drink a scorching bottle of dirty, hot fish grease for making that decision, for putting this on a shirt, okay? Go to hell. I'm not buying it. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are so wrong. And that's all I have to say about that. But other than that, the rest of the collection is awesome. So that's it I want to talk about in my new segment. So I'm going to kick it over to my man.
It has the most terrifying stuff in that last shirt. Has like all of the most terrifying things.
Yeah.
From that
You're right.
movie.
True.
You're right.
Sea
Godzilla,
louse?
Godzilla dying, the sea louse, the zombie, the zombie guy is like,
Horrifying.
you want me to spend $40 on that? Bye, Felicia. Ain't doing it. I'm sorry. Ain't doing it. So, but again,
terrifying.
aside from that shirt that could be used for toilet paper, the rest of the collection looks fine. It looks absolutely stunning. That's all I want to cover in my new segment. So I'm gonna kick it over to my main man.
The
What?
sweatpants are stunning now too.
No, I'm not. No, the
You like the
sweatpants.
sweatpants now too?
No, for girls,
well,
yes.
hang on a second. What I think the deal is, what we really need to do is, I think everybody watching needs to go to Cavity Colors and buy those sweatpants.
Yes.
They need to wake up
And the
tomorrow
shirt.
morning and be like, whoa, why did we run out of the Godzilla 1985 sweatpants? And it's all because of Collect All Monsters? Yeah.
Seriously, Deuce. Don't wear it around me. I'm sorry. We're not gonna be friends after the fact. I'm telling you right now. All right. So let me kick it over to my main man up in Seattle, Washington, the one and only David Erbdotko. What you got in your news segment?
Well, this is not David Erbdotko. This is the gay Eric Carter coming at you with the news. Touche. I just had to, I mean, whatever. You just set me up for that one. But no. Seriously, folks. Kyle sort of gave a little preview when he mentioned this shirt. I mean, we just did the Cavity Color shirts. We're going to do the John Bellotti shirt now, okay? Yeah. This is the officially licensed John Bellotti Jr. original artwork Ultraman shirt. Now check this out.
Yeah, congrats, John.
It's got all of our favorite monsters on it, and as you can see, it's a very slimming fit.
Oh yes, look.
Which these days,
David.
I know. I am definitely, after the slimming fit shirts and the slimming black. Let's see what I got here. It's an awesome mashup of your favorite Ultra. Oh, and that's actually the poster that he's releasing. That's available now, not releasing, along with the awesome T-shirts. And that is what Kyle talked about in our giveaway today. John Bellotti Jr. will be giving away one of those awesome posters.
What?
Awesome.
Now let's get back. Let's get back to the T-shirt. So the T-shirt has this official stamp of approval by Super Riot Productions. How cool is that?
Awesome.
Let's see. As I said, it's a great fit. It's very slimming, 100% cotton, and it's a hybrid silkscreen process, which means that this beautiful design and the colors will stay, very vibrant, washing after washing after washing. This already had 2 washings, and as you can see, it hasn't lost anything yet. And I even put it in the dryer on low, so you can do that too. But I mean, probably safest bet is to just kind of hang it out outside or whatever. But I love it. It's great. It's one of my favorites. You can get yours at robo7.com. And we'll have links in the notes and everything like that. But and the poster is an awesome 18x24 poster printed on that archival paper, and one of you lucky viewers is going to get one, which is pretty awesome.
Cool.
I love when one of our own makes it big, and this is a big deal.
I know,
it's a big deal.
It is
the first
huge.
officially licensed product from Subaraya from one of our close friends and members. And as you know, John Bellotti Jr. did the wonderful artwork for our poster, our mugs, and et cetera, et cetera. But he's a great guy. Please support him. It's selling really well. It's got great reviews. 5 stars. It's got tons of 5 stars. Everybody seems to love it.
Good.
Please support him and get one today. So, yeah, that's about it. And stay tuned to the show because later on you have an opportunity to win one yourself. So that's my news item, and let's go down to Christine and let's see what your news item is going to be.
Well, thank you, gay Eric Carter. Coming at you live.
You're welcome.
Now is Erica Carter. My news update for the day, live from the scene in Japan, coming at you from Neo Player One. We have another amazing soft vinyl figure that they're coming out with. So I know recently at this past Wonderfest, they had this really cool Godzilla 64 and a header that came out. And this is now their newest figure that they're going to be promoting. Should be coming out soon, hopefully at the next One Fest or maybe even Treasure Fest. This giant size Desugoji. So I really love the way that they sculpt their items. They're like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're kind of like the old like shampoo bottle kind of style figures.
Yeah.
And but this one looks to be really big. As he posted on his Instagram stories a preview of the figure, and it looks to be like, I mean, it looks very gigantic. And I love how it has this
bigger than the previous ones.
Yeah, a lot bigger than the other ones. So no price point on this one yet. Probably along with like the other Godzilla figure that's going to be sold at a festival in Japan. So best way to get it would be to either go to the festival or the aftermarket, which no word on a price point yet. But the ones that he had, the 64 and the Hedra, I think were pretty pricey, even at one size. So I'm really excited for this. I think the colors look really cool. I love the smoke coming off the body. It's different. I am gonna definitely try and get one myself once it's released.
I like the eyes. The eyes are great.
So if you follow his Instagram, NeoPlayer1, you'll be able to keep updated on this figure releases, and obviously we'll post it in the group as well. But yeah, definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing, and hopefully I'll be able to nab one. So
good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will pass it on down. Eric Carter is signing out here.
Yep, Eric Carter.
I'll pass it off here.
I will take it and thank you. Couple cool news items.
I like that.
Yes.
How did I miss this?
The D4 Reel's coming.
Oh my goodness.
This was shown at Wonderfest.
That face is beautiful.
Yeah,
How did
Godzilla.
I miss this?
2003. And what's cool is
it.
the Rick figure comes with the Kameo bus. Is it? How do you say his name?
Oh,
yeah.
no way.
Oh, poor little dead thing.
He's so adorably dead.
He's so adorably dead. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you, Kaiju Battle, always for keeping up with the news. The Rick version's about 9,900 yen. The standard, about 8,800.
Cute.
Yen. Very cool. Another one to add to the shelf. Keep them coming. And the next item is an event that I plan to attend while in Tokyo on the 26th of March. It is called, it's put on by McLeod. I don't know if you have those images. I try to number them. It's an interesting event. I've been following this gentleman, an account on Twitter for a little while now, and I'm always impressed with this particular event. And what happens, it's an exhibit, and it's also sales. It's toys, soft vinyls, old, used, fan material, but then it's an exhibition where they show items grouped together from the 60s, 70s, 80s, depending on which event you go to. Let's see, 50 exhibitors this time around.
Wow.
They'll have five manga artists as well. Wow. Yeah, so there's tables set up with these, just various items from, I guess, his collection. And then there'll be things for sale. And it's kind of like, it's not a Wonderfest, but it's kind of like a fan kind of experience, with just...
It looks more like Super Festival, a lot smaller.
Yeah.
More of a flea market vibe. I'm wondering if this guy, based off of what you said, John, I'm wondering if he actually curates the vendors that he's inviting to the show, specifically so they're only hitting the specific years that he wants to.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. There'll be a DJ there as well, and it's
wow,
genre mix event. So miscellaneous goods, flea market. So I might find some cool stuff.
You're definitely gonna find a treasure
was the last
too.
one. Yeah. So see some unique stuff. I'm just looking forward to the period stuff, representations, just to see the exhibit part.
Take lots of pictures.
Definitely. Yeah. Hopefully that's allowed and that won't be an issue.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. But I think it'll be all right. But that's my news. There's so much that's going on. I've been keeping my head in the sand not to see anything or, to pre-order anything because I'm like, I can't spin. But
And I hear
You know,
man.
John, I gotta say, comment and Leslie too. The Defo reels, the head sculpts on those figures are just so good. I mean, can we please see that quality on like a 30 or a gigantic? I mean, like the 67 that Leslie showed, and that Kiru Goji. That's like that. Those head sculpts are just so perfect. And it's like,
can I just get that? Yes, that's why I would take a gigantic Defo of the 67 with the little minion. I mean, I would love to have that. That is a beautiful sculpt.
That's the best head sculpt. The best 67 head sculpt that I've ever seen released anywhere is that Defo reel. So anyway, sorry.
Right, Kyle.
I mean,
right,
hey,
Kyle?
dude, as far as I'm concerned, it's
that was just an example, Leslie. I'm not trying to mess with him here.
I am.
I know you are. You are.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Now, I would have done a Tokusatsu DNA in Fukuoka, but I don't think I can make it there. Kyle, I'm sorry.
Fingers
if
crossed.
I can, I will.
I don't think we need to bring the drama into the episode, John. That's what I'm saying. It's all good, my friend.
What
It's all
news
good.
do you have, Kyle? What's the word?
Well, my friends, I like to start out this particular news item with a video because Gorgo is coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That roar, that iconic roar.
All right, so hopefully, let's see if I turn this down.
So
Essentially,
cool.
What we're dealing with is similar to what David was covering, where we're seeing some actual kaiju fans that we know get in on the licensing action. So Gorgo here is being created as a highly articulated figure, and it's being done by Titanic Creations. Titanic Creations, if you are not aware, is basically it's a fan-made company where this guy, I can't remember his name, but he actually was next to us at the last G-Fest that I was at. If you saw the Collectible Monsters, I can't say yes or no because I don't know. But basically, Titanic Creations has been creating their own indie kaiju figures, and they've got like 4 or 5 out there like right now, and they are putting together Gorgo. And I'm going to stop talking about Titanic Creations and talk about the fact that they are a fan-run company. They're working with our good friend Dope Pope, who has created the digital version of Gorgo here. This is a licensed figure.
Wow, it looks great.
Licensed articulated figure.
I got to get that.
And
It's so cool.
it's got box art by Matt Frank, which looks great as well. And
Fantastic.
let me close the images here, and I think I still have one more tab here to show, which is actually the this is the order page. And so here's the deal. Gorgo's mother stands at 6 inches tall, 12 inches long, comes with 26 points of articulation. The figure comes in Titanic Creations Deluxe see-through display box designed by Matt Frank. The highly detailed sculpt is done by Dope Pope, and it's the first film authentic sculpt produced.
Wow.
Production on Gorgo will begin after 350 pre-orders have been reached, and you can see here 439 pre-orders have been placed.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so
I gotta order that today.
there is a crowdfunding aspect of this that I want to explain really quickly, and that's that basically they have sort of stretch goals. So after 350, which is when their production begins, the next one, the next goal or bonus goal, stretch goal, whatever you want to call that, is at 400 orders, you unlock a accessory bell sub, right? So the bell that they go down in to see the Gorgo. Then at 500 orders, it unlocks a Jet Squadron accessory. At 600, it unlocks a Big Ben accessory, which is pretty rad, the big clock tower.
Yeah.
At 750 orders, if they get 750 orders, They're going to do light up eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Just like
So
in the
basically,
movie.
this is a very cool opportunity that these guys have put out there, and it's an opportunity. This is not a big company like Bandai creating this. This is the small fan-run company, Titanic Creations, who, like, since I've still got their website up, they have like, I don't know, like five or six different
oh, they did Titanic
guys here. Yeah, Titanic.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's their original one, and then they had Nosferatu, Scurus, and Griffix. Anyway, this is them. They've been around for a few years, and it's like with some of the Kickstarter dandruff that's been occurring over the past couple of weeks, I would just like to say that this is not just some company that's like, who is this? Who are these guys? So they actually have been producing these kind of figures, but not the articulated ones. This is the first kind of articulated one they've done that I'm aware of. Anyway, there already is a Sofubi Gorgo, Nathaniel, and it's made by M1. Anyway, this was my item, and I wanted to share it with you guys because this is a limited time sort of offer in a sense. I think production caps at 800 figures. So
I want one.
Keep an eye on the page and keep an eye on the info if you are interested in getting a Gorgo articulated figure. My guess is that they will, if you put your order in when the pre-orders are open right now, you'll continually get updates on those figures as they're being produced. So
Excellent.
Anyway, that's my news item, and that's what I wanted to share for this
What a
episode.
great news
Really
item.
cool.
And, you know, we have to add, too, that Gorgo is the only Irish kaiju, which St.
That's
Patrick's Day
right.
was yesterday.
Oh.
And Lolo, there you go. No, it's not British. She surfaced from the sea at
True.
Nara Island, which is technically Ireland. So, or in the movie, it's Ireland. So
Good point.
there you go. Irish
Is it a
kaiju.
she? Is Gorgo a she or a he? Is it the daddy or the mommy?
The mommy.
That's
The
why it's
mom.
the mom.
The mommy. We don't know the sex of the baby. Doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, you
But
know,
the-
whatever. It's
But
a
the
baby.
big one is the mom. The big one is the mom.
Yep, it's mom. Yep, female. Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Papa Gorgo.
No, it's mommy.
I didn't know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
you know, you never get those kind of in-depth familial relationship tree branches.
No,
these days.
I say that because on the VHS tape it said Papa. I mean, some say Papa Gorgo, then there's some media that says Mama Gorgo.
Oh.
I really didn't know which. You know,
I
it don't really matter, but I just saw different.
If I'm not
You know.
mistaken, Leslie, I think they make reference to the large Gorgo being the female parent. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it in a long time. Now this has prompted me to watch it again as I'm ordering one.
Nice.
There you go.
Cool, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for our news segment, and that means we're going to go straight into our intermission. So, John Ruffin, I want to say before we go into this, thank you so much for providing the video that we're about to enjoy for our 2-minute intermission.
Awesome. And
See
I
you
did
guys in
a
2
new
minutes.
one, so I have to, you know.
1980年、地球初めての怪獣動物園が作られました。ゴジラがいます。ラドンがいます。ああ、これはマンダですね。モスラが散歩をしています。向こうにいるのはゴロザウルスでしょうか。大きな目ですね。あ、ラドンが餌のイルカを見つけました。さっと前より、いやー見事なもんです。各怪獣は超音波コントロールで島の外には出られないようになっています。 巡回のヘリコプターがドームに降りていきます。ここは普通の動物園と反対で、人間が中に入って管理をしています。全怪獣の様子は全てテレビで監視されています。あ、何か故障が起こったようですね。大したことがなければ良いのですが、怪獣動物園の機能が麻痺したようです。ゴジラが苦しんでいます。
Very cool.
Thank you, John,
That was
for
awesome.
the Super 8 version of Destroy All Monsters.
Really cool.
It was funny because I brought the video and the audio in separate, right? Because you provided two different
Yeah, you
files
did
for it.
great.
And thank you, sir. And there's your film is missing some frames there. So there's a whole section with Angulus that's missing in that. So I was like, why is this audio so much longer than the video? Which is only like a few seconds, but when you're looking at it on the timeline, I was like, what's going on here?
Yes.
Anyway, very cool, very cool. Let me know if you get any more of those digitized, because those are cool.
I just published a new one. It's 20 minutes long.
Ooh.
It's the Super 8 Godzilla 1954.
Oh.
Whoa, really? Cool,
I just
man.
put it on mykaiju.com. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, it's like having a piece of the original movie. It's so cool.
Oh my
That's
god.
awesome, man.
That's
That's
awesome.
super cool.
That's
Wait,
a
so
good
actually, hold that back up again. That's the one
send
you
this to you,
showed that
Carl.
off like a month or two ago, right?
Yes, it's my second one. I have two of them.
You have two different versions of like two 54s, or you have the 54 in another movie?
No, they're the same. The first one I got, the film was damaged, and I didn't realize it, so I found another one. Hard to find. This one was perfect, and it has the. Oops,
Oh yeah.
and then everything is beautiful,
Look at that.
and it comes with cassette.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That is
Do you have to
fantastic.
push play at the same time so it syncs
Yeah.
up?
Right.
Well, actually, there's a voice that it's really similar to how I used to do the commentary stuff, which would be like, okay, get your DVD player ready and push pause when you see the Toho logo come up or something like that. So you sort of get the same kind of thing where there's a woman who starts off and she says, like, Godzilla movie, blah blah blah, start. And then you're supposed to hit play or start the movie. I can't remember which one, but it's really fascinating stuff, dude. And if you get more, we gotta do this more because
I've got 8 more coming.
Yes, yes,
Whoa.
my man.
Woo!
Thank you.
John, hooking us up.
They're coming.
All right. Well, this has been a great episode so far, and we haven't even gotten to the meat of the episode, which is a brand new segment. Which I'm just saying right now, this is the first of many times we're going to do this segment because I think that we should be celebrating the women of Tokusatsu.
Yes.
And honestly,
Absolutely.
like for me, this is a chance for each of us to pick a singular actress or a singular person in Tokusatsu and just shine a spotlight on them for whatever reason we want to, and share hopefully something new with you guys watching. And if you know everything, then wow, Robert, then great job, thanks for being here. But just kidding. But it should be really fun, and I would love to do this more because, like my wife knows this. I think whenever a woman can come into what is generally seen as a man's world and just kick butt, then I'm just enamored with that person. So you're gonna see some kick
Amen.
butt ladies over the next hour or however long we're going to do this segment for. So let's go ahead and kick things off with our good friend Mr. Leslie Chambers, who's going to tell us about the actress from Godzilla X Megagiras. Oh,
Take it
Leslie's
away.
muted.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh,
You okay, bud? Oh no.
Oh, you can start
This is-
pantomiming. Uh-oh.
This is the ploy that Leslie and I came up with so that he didn't have to talk about the actress. So so basically, I just will fill in for him. Can you hear us, okay, dude?
I don't think
we're
so.
not hearing you.
I don't
at
think
all.
you can hear. Oh no.
Okay. We'll tell you what we'll do. We will we'll come back to Leslie's. Right? That makes sense, right?
Wow.
So no reason, no worries, dude. We don't know why you're having an issue right now, but we could just go ahead and I can come back to your actress at any time, and we'll ask David.
We'll switch it up.
That's a good idea, by the way. Leslie, I think, is going to just rejoin us. So, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about your actress that you've chosen for your Woman of Tokusatsu?
Yeah. I think it's a great segment that we're doing this. Women play an integral part in the human drama stories of all of our favorite Tokusatsu films and TV shows. And it's great to shine a spotlight on some of the lesser known ones. You know, you'll see some of my hosts chose some lesser known ones. I mean, we could have all done Miyahama or Kumi Mizuno or Yoriko Hoshi, which we all know they're front and center, but there's quite a few. There's many others who make up this wonderful genre that we love so much. So I, of course, had to go with Hiroko Sakurai. And she, of course, claim to fame is the original Ultraman, but hopefully shine a little light on her career that maybe some of you don't know about her. So she was born on March 4th in Maguro, Tokyo in 1946. And of course, as I mentioned, she's best known for her iconic portrayal as Yuriko Edogawa. Actually, not her best, but probably her second best, I would say. Yuriko Edogawa, the photographer and reporter for the Daily News in Ultra Q. And there's an image that we found of her. And of course, Science Patrol member Akiko Fuji, where I actually fell in love with her when I was a little boy. And there she is, front and center, portraying a kaiju herself. And pretty interesting that this particular episode was updated in Shin Ultraman with a new cast member. Yeah, and it's neat that they sort of paid homage to this great episode. So aside from these roles, she's actually written 3 books that I didn't even know. The first one is called A Chronicle of Ultraman's Youth, member Fuji's 929 Days. That's the title of the book. And that was written in 1994, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
John, I was thinking you probably would love to get a hold of this and translate it.
Yeah.
I would love to read it too. Second book is called The Genesis of Ultraman, which she wrote in 2003. And then this one sounds really interesting. The title of this one is Akiko Fuji's Story, Secrets Behind the Filming of Ultraman. Cool. And sort of maybe like a behind the scenes deal. Cool. And that was written in 2005. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where's the rest of my notes here? Let's see. Where it is here. There. I can't find the rest of my notes. Where are the rest of my notes? All right. Well, anyway. So she actually did some movies that I didn't even know about, aside from Ultra Q and Ultraman. Her first movie that she did was called that I'm featuring is called Curse of the Blood. And Kyle, I think you have an image there.
Wow.
And this film is able to. We can actually watch this. Oh, there's my notes. Ha ha ha. Let me backtrack a little bit because I got to keep myself on track here. So aside from the book, she starred in over 30 movies and TV productions.
Wow.
And the ones that I chose to highlight are these 5. And of course, Ultra Q, 1966, Yuriko Edogawa, Ultraman 1966, Akiko Fuji. And now we get back to what I was saying before, The Curse of the Blood, 1968 film, where she plays a character called Oisha. And it's public domain. You can watch this movie on YouTube. I watched it yesterday. It's very interesting. It's considered to be one of Japan's pink films, and I'm going to let Kyle give a little shed a little light on the pink film.
Why would I know what a pink film's all about?
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, there we go.
Why, thank you, Jonathan. Let me explain what a pink film is for everybody watching. So, the pink films are a genre that came out of Japan, much like Jidaigeki, samurai films, and other genres that came out specifically of Japan. And after World War II, and after America sort of released its control over the film industry, they said you could kind of do whatever you want. And what ended up happening was most of the film companies sort of stuck with their kind of thing, right? So like Toho did a lot of comedies, and Nikatsu, I believe, is the company that made a ton of pink films. I'm not sure. It looks like Shochiku actually put this one out, but the pink film or the Roman porno industry definitely was a thing that ramped up in the 60s and 70s. There's a ton of stuff. Actually, Shusuke Kaneko got his start in the behind the camera stuff for the pink film industry back in the day. Anyway,
interesting.
That's it. That's what a pink film.
That's cool. And this is a very spicy film, as Kyle mentioned. Pink films tend to be, and I was worried that her character would be a little bit spicy, but she plays not that spicy a character. She kind of plays a good. As the women go in this film, she plays a good girl, and that's saying a lot because there's a lot of very interesting women in this film. So please check it out. It's it sort of reminds me of Onibaba a little bit. Some of the pacing and the direction and the shots and things like that. So it's really interesting. I also chose another film to highlight called Mandala, or Mandara as the poster says in Japanese. And this one was 1971, and this one is extra spicy. As it says right there. I'm sort of hesitating to watch this because I've got this image of Hiroko Sakurai, Fuji from my childhood, and I don't want to do anything to tarnish that an image I have in my head because I love her so much. I really do. And I really hope, Kyle, that at the end you have that one photo that I sent you of me with her in at G-Fest when I first got to meet her. But if you don't, no big deal.
I didn't grab that one. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
But it totally is. It totally was like so so hilarious that you.
I will post it in the group,
chat.
and you guys need to check it out because. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. The last film that I chose is a film that Kyle loves that I actually haven't seen yet. He loves this film. It's called Death Kappa, and that was released in 2010. Yeah. And her character is I forgot to say her character in Mandala. It's Yasuko, if I didn't say that. And her character in Death Kappa is Fujiko Kawado, and there she looks fantastic and. She probably is the best thing about this film, from what I've heard. But definitely love Kappas, and I definitely love Hiroko Sakurai. So I think at some point I do need to watch this movie. But yeah, those are the 5 of the 30 television and film project that she's done since 1962. And what's unique about Hiroko Sakurai, aside from the fact that I love her. And, when I was a little kid, I did have a crush on her, believe it or not. When I thought I was on the other team, I had a crush on her. Honestly, it's true. And I also had a crush on someone else's choice, and I'll talk about that later. But she definitely spawned her own action figures.
Yes, indeed.
So there is a collectible aspect to my choice too. This is one of my grails. This is the M1 Akiko Fuji in her dress Science Patrol outfit. Yeah. And this is kind of hard to find these days. And then, of course, this one in her orange Science Patrol jumpsuit, and I do have it signed on the back.
Awesome.
Which is pretty awesome. And I got to show you one more thing. Sadly, I don't have that picture to show you, but I will show you in the group. But I did get an autographed picture.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I hope she says, David, I love you just as much as you love me, but I don't think I do. I mean, when I met her at G-Fest, and hats off to the person who took that photo of me with her. It's probably Jessica Etchells, I'm guessing.
Probably.
But I was just like so geeking out. What's the word?
Fangirling? You're fangirling?
Yeah, I was fangirling, fanboy, and all of the above. It was just, and I've got my arm around her, and then the one picture I'm kind of just like, and she is, her English is not that great, but she, from what I understand, and the way she came across to me, she was gracious, she was humble and lovely, and didn't freak out by this guy fawning over her like I did. So, yeah, sorry about that mix-up without my notes in the beginning. But when you get to be your almost King Kong versus Godzilla age, you got to get your stuff together. You know what I mean? But that's my choice, and I love her, and I will continue to love her. Oh, and we are friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yes.
She does respond to my comments, and she just reposted one of my photos, the one I took of her and Takarada-san on the anniversary of Takarada's passing. She posted one of my photos.
That's cool.
David,
So,
that's
awesome. To me, it's more than cool. It's freaking amazing, and I love her.
Wow.
And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if she goes back to G-Fest, I'll be happy as a pig, and you know what. Okay, that's it for me. Christine, who did you pick?
All right, so I know all of you are probably expecting me to pick Megumi Odaka, which I was ready, but I think what, I'm gonna go off the path here and highlight another star in the lovely Tokusatsu franchise, which is Akiko Wakabayashi, and she is absolutely gorgeous and such a fantastic actor.
Yes.
She's just so beautiful.
Stunning. Mm-hmm.
And so she was born. I see. Now I gotta get my notes, David.
Yeah.
I don't have all this memorized.
Go get them notes.
I know. So she was born in Tokyo on December 13th of 1939. She had wanted to be an actress since she was in high school, and she was auditioning at Toho for their films. The first role that she had was her breakout in her career was a 1958 Song for a Bride by Ishiro Honda, and then after that she just took off, and she became one of the most famous actresses of the golden era, along with Miyahama and Kumi Mizuno. So I mean all three of them were just absolutely gorgeous women, and so they were really sought after during the 60s and 70s for movies. So she was able to speak. She learned how to speak Italian. She learned how to speak a little bit of German, and she learned how to speak some English as well. As one of the films that she's famous for in the Western states is an English film, which I will be talking about that one as well. So the first film I'll talk about she was in is, as we all know and love, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, where she played the lovely Princess Salno. And she really played this role well. So she starts off as like this gorgeous princess from a tiny island, and then she, gets taken over by, I don't know what you want to say, an alien or a being.
Yeah,
and she gets possessed, yes, by her ancestor, and her character really has like a physical appearance change. She goes from this beautiful princess, dressed up in all this stuff, to kind of looking like a homeless kind of person. And actually, the cool story behind that is she liked that kind of style. She said that, that Honda had seen her on set one day wearing jeans and a men's hat, and that was her like normal attire that she liked wearing. So he incorporated that into this character when she was the prophetess. So I thought that was very neat. So that was her comfort zone, wearing like, not looking like a homeless person, but like the core mind more relaxed kind of view. And so I think she did such a great job in this movie. She went from like pretty much telling us the world was coming to an end, trying to warn the Earth that King Ghidorah was coming. And she's just so beautiful in this film, so beautiful.
Yes.
The next film I like to touch on she was in, which I actually just watched this past week, was Dogora. Now, this is a very weird, a very strange film. It doesn't focus mainly. It focuses mainly on more like gangsters and diamond theft than it really does a monster. But they kind of tie a monster into it.
This is one of those movies that Toho released where you're like, I know that Tomoyuki Tanaka was just like, look, this movie's okay, but we just got to throw a kaiju in there, right? And then you can add it to the This is one of those movies.
Oh, so she played one of the gangsters, Hamako. And I mean, she really plays the part well of like the femme fatale, like the badass like gangster woman. I think she really plays that role is like very well suited for her. And she just looks so sultry and beautiful in this. So in this movie, she's part of a gang of diamond thieves. But while they're trying to steal diamonds, something is stealing the diamonds from them, which happens to be Dogora, which kind of didn't really make any sense. I had a hard time kind of tying everything together, but because there's just so many random things. But I mean, there's some beautiful close-up shots of her, and you can really tell that Honda loved like any chance he could get to throw her into a scene to make it just more alluring and
more
she
visually
just
appealing for everyone.
Yes. So it was fun. It was really fun to watch her in that. I think she did a great job playing the gangster lifestyle. The third film I like to touch on is a film that was actually named after her. So this is an Italian comedy named Akiko. And okay, so far I've only been able to find a colorized version on YouTube that I watched last night. It's not translated. There's no subtitles. So the whole movie is in Italian. But you can kind of sort of get the gist of it. But I thought she just looks so adorable and beautiful in this movie. So she plays the role of, so the story is there's this widow who all of a sudden, there's a widow that lives in Rome, and this Japanese girl shows up on her doorstep claiming to be pretty much her daughter, because her husband had gone to Japan in the war and disappeared, and apparently had a daughter while he was in Japan with a Japanese woman. So the father had died, and now she's coming to Italy to meet her family. And she has all these like really cute adventures and falls in love with an Italian guy there. And there's this really cute like boxing match or like wrestling kind of scene at the end. Towards the end, it's really cute. And she just played such an adorable character. And like you can just see, and she spoke Italian in this movie. So the whole movie when you're watching it, she was really speaking Italian in there, and it's really cool. So if you can find it on YouTube, I definitely recommend watching it. Hopefully you know Italian. I didn't, but I sort of kind of followed along what was going. It was a fun watch, and she just looks very, very beautiful. And she was so young. I definitely want to check
this out.
Me too.
Yeah,
you know, the plot sounds like that Audrey Hepburn movie where she's tooling around Rome on the Vespa. Right? I forget the name. I think it's called Funny Face, and it's black and white, and she's too like. This sounds very similar to that plot device. So, we all should check that out.
Yeah, it's cute. She ends up getting a job. I think it's like a tourist guide, and it's really cute movie. And then the very last one I'm going to talk about is the one she's famous for in the United States in the Western, a James Bond film.
Oh, look at her there!
Only live twice. Yes, and she played the sultry and sexy Japanese agent for James Bond. And this I thought was really cool. So her character was like one of the secret agents in Japan. She drove this amazing Toyota 2000 GT, which was her character's like favorite mode of transportation. She was like a really fun, flirty, outgoing character who eventually she didn't end up making it at the end. But one cool thing about this is she didn't know how to drive when she was cast for this film. So they had to make it look like she was driving. So I think what they had said something about like they had the car like attached to a rope, and they would pull it to make it seem as if she was actually driving. But so the character she plays is Aki, and she originally was not cast for that part. So both her and Miyahama were stars in this film. And they both had to learn English. And the reason that they had gotten their parts in this film is because previously they were in a comedy called What's Up, Tiger Lily, which is like a James Bond kind of like what's the word?
Parody?
Like a parody, yes. And so they were in that movie, and that caught the attention of the genuine producers of the James Bond films.
That's funny.
And that's what had helped them along to get their part in an actual James Bond film. So Akiko was originally cast as a character called Kissy. And Miyahama originally would be the main role, which was originally called Suki. But Akiko ended up picking English up quicker than Miyahama did, and she could speak it better. So they switched roles, and Akiko now became the main, I guess you would be a secret agent in this film. They changed her character's name from Suki to Aki under her. Oh wait, did I cut out? My internet. Oh, okay. Everything just went black on me.
Raptured by what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, she was it. I mean, she became super like the James Bond films were like so.
Yep.
1960. Oh shoot, I wrote it down. This one came out in 1967, and she retired from acting around 1971. So she was active for about how many years is that? 1958.
It's a really small amount.
Like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like about 20 years. But I guess she had retired. Well, her contract with Toho was up. I think was coming up, and she wanted to live like a more quieter, peaceful lifestyle. And also, I guess she had to sustain some injuries while filming both for movies and a TV show. So, she decided to take her retirement early. And I mean, she's still alive today, and she's not really very much active in the spotlight anymore. It would be great if we could get her to.
Oh my God! Getting her to G-Fest, man.
Yeah, because she hasn't done anything in the public spotlight since the 70s. So,
She's
but
awesome.
she is. It's just so beautiful, and she just has this just like the way that she moves and just kind of like presents herself in film. She's just very like alluring and attractive, and you can't help but you definitely can't not notice her in any of these films.
I mean, I'm on the other team and I'm in love with her, so there you go. I mean,
She's so beautiful.
It's definitely, and she also did, as Robert said, she was what's her name's best friend from King Kong versus Godzilla. She was
Miyahama.
Fumiko's best friend.
Right.
And she was also in an episode of Ultra Q, the Baron Spider episode too. So watch for her there too. She's just amazing. I love her. Sorry, I don't mean to take over your segment.
Oh no, you're fine.
I would actually just kind of tack on like what you're talking about with how she just sort of bowed out of the spotlight after the 60s.
Yeah.
Miyahama also did that same thing. So
She did,
I don't know
right.
if their reasoning was the same or anything like that, but basically those two Toho ladies like bowed out and said sayonara to any kind of like spotlights for a long time. It would be wonderful to, I mean, I don't know how possible it is, but to at least get some sort of like newer interview. Something, maybe bring them to G-Fest or one of these other conventions, or just, set me up with the interview next time I'm in Japan.
Oh,
right?
Kyle, that would be a dream come true. And I'm thinking it's going to happen. And you know what?
I'd be so respectful too. I would not.
Of course you
be
would.
creepy at all.
You wouldn't be as creepy as I was with Hiroko Sakurai. No. I forgot to say my favorite moment from.
Oh, right. You know what?
Right.
We haven't done that. We haven't done that yet. So let's
I
do
was
that
the first
at the
one.
end.
We'll do it at the end. Okay, perfect.
We'll do it all at the
We
end.
meant to do it at the end. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So, are we? Did
Are we
we
going
cover
to John,
everything we wanted to
or-
cover?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll move along to Mr. Ruffin here.
Right. Well, let me say something about Christine's
Sure.
favorite Tokusatsu actress. I just want to say about Ghidorah Three-Headed Monster. There's a fascinating structure there with her, with the princess. It's a classic ancient story of the serpent and the woman. that runs from Adam and Eve and the serpent. It's run literature. It's very fascinating. You watch that movie through a different eye next time. If you just do a little research on the ancient serpent and the woman, and it's really all about her in that movie. I didn't realize how important she is. With that said, it's a great film. With that said, who I want to talk about is so iconic for us in the late 70s, favorite of probably all of ours, Bella Lynn. We know her as Princess Nami of the royal family, the Sumi family of Okinawa from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. But that's not her real name. That is her Japanese name she took on when she went to Japan under Watanabe Productions. With that said, she was born in May 10th, 1950 in Taiwan, and she was raised in Taipei. Growing up as a child, she loved singing and watching Chinese and Taiwanese TV song programs. So you can see, how the influence that would have. And it was at 18 that she got exposed and, to the world. She had come in 5 out of 20,000 applicants for an idol competition, singing competition.
Wow.
That's amazing. Yeah. In the top 5 out of 20,000. She made her debut in a very significant year, the year I was born, in 1968. And she had a 6-year singing career before coming to Japan to do Mechagodzilla and play Princess Nami. With that said, a little background about her role, which I found fascinating. There's a great interview with her, and I can't remember the Tokusatsu short books, thick but small books. Really great interview. Learned a lot about her. So on the sun, you remember the Sunflower ship in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla? Well, she was sick on board. She would sleep all the time. Her mother accompanied her. She couldn't speak Japanese, and her mother helped her with the song we love. Her song that she sang to, the maiden song that she sang to King Caesar or King Shisa. Miyarabi's prayer, and she couldn't speak Japanese, but her mother wrote the lyrics in hiragana and helped her. She also said how much she loved the Japanese support, the Toho folk for helping her and supporting her. She said it was very cold being on the beach when she sang the song, and they actually recorded the song before they got to Okinawa in Tokyo. I think it took 1 day for them to record the song we love, all that good stuff. Let's see. Other than that, she returned back to Taiwan. And I didn't give her name. Her real name is Jung Soo Young.
Interesting.
And she has a number of albums that have been released, years ago. And when she returned back home, there was a much smaller market than in Japan for movies at that time. So she turned to producing and working with, I guess, up and coming artists. And I think she's still doing that as of that interview. Fascinating. But Bella Lynn.
Is she still with us, John?
I believe she is. Yes, I believe she is.
She's so pretty. I love the song she sang in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Yes, and you know what's interesting? She didn't know, because she sang 2 songs. This did Attack Mechagodzilla, along with the prayer. This album has both on them. But she did not know that they had been turned into albums that were released.
Oh,
she found them.
That's like one of my favorite songs from the Godzilla series.
Absolutely.
John, I have a question for you. John, I got a question for you. So when she recited her dialogue in the film, was that dubbed in, or did she just learn the dialogue and not know what she was saying?
She learned the dialogue.
Just learned it. Okay.
Yes. Yep. And her mother helped her. Her mother was right there.
Oh, I thought you were just referring to the song, but the whole dialogue. She just basically phonetically said the dialogue, not really knowing what was behind it.
Yes.
Interesting.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very. To come out, to come to Japan to do that, and at that time in the 70s, that's awesome.
Like to see Russ Tamblyn do that.
But that's one of our favorites,
Interesting.
definitely.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you,
should I
Joe.
hand it off to Leslie or Kyle?
Let's. Oh, great. Let's
Leslie.
actually hand it off to Leslie. Let me back up my presentation here, and we'll jump. Leslie, we hear you, right?
Can you hear me? Are we good?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can.
now we can hear you.
I liked when you were silent better, but.
Oh!
Okay, I understand.
That
We gotta
took longer
take
than I
it
thought.
Anyways.
Christine.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about Masato Tanaka, the heroine from Godzilla X Megaguirus. And this was hard to come up with a subject for this show, because there were so many great women actors or actresses in these movies. It was, you got Emiko from 54. Of course, you got, Wakabayashi from Ghidra. Of course, even some that we're not going to talk about tonight, unfortunately, like Yuriko Hoshi from Mothra vs. Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of people. Mika Sagusa, or Megumi Odaka. There were so many great actresses that I could have chosen. But I chose her, well, first and foremost, because like what I've been saying, like what David's been saying, like what Marcellus Winters have been saying, Godzilla X Megaguirus is actually a good film, despite all the hate and, in my opinion, the unwarranted negativity that it gets for whatever reason. It's a solid film from beginning to end. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it above criticism? Absolutely not. But as far as like being a well-rounded Godzilla film, I think it is just that. You have a great Godzilla design, you have a cool Godzilla story, you have a cool Godzilla fight scene, and you have great characters. And she is a great character. And to my knowledge, she is the first, I think, and only woman to be the main protagonist of a Godzilla film. I mean, she's not a side character, she's not a supporting character, she's not a part of a group of the main protagonists for a couple of dudes or anything. This really is about her story. True. And she was born in February 7th, February 7th or 9th, 1977. So she just had a birthday not too long ago. She won the 1996 Toho Cinderella contest, which was basically Toho's way. It was like a campaign that Toho did to scout for new actresses, basically. So she won that, and the producer at the time, Shogo Tomiyama, he said, I think to her or to himself, that he wanted to cast her into a Godzilla film one day. 4 years later, we got Godzilla X Megaguirus. And what I love about her character in this film, that it touches on something that a lot of us Godzilla fans kind of take for granted when we watch these films. Yes, it's fine to see Godzilla fight other monsters. It's fine to see him terrorize a city where he's coming to destroy or coming to defend it. But a lot of times we don't take into account that what Godzilla is doing, people's homes are being destroyed, people's property are being destroyed. There are no doubt people are dying, getting killed, And a few of these stories touch upon that. And I think this story does this to a great deal, where basically Godzilla kills her superior officer. And so now she is basically hell-bent on trying to stop Godzilla at all costs. So, yes, it's a revenge story. But I love how her character is very, very super laser focused on her task and wanting to take down Godzilla, whether Godzilla went to or not. Still, she was on a mission to take down Godzilla. And again, I think that's something we can identify with. Yes, we love Godzilla, Gamera, all these giant monsters, but if one of them happened to kill somebody that we love, would we still feel the same way about them?
True.
I mean, probably not.
Good point.
So you kind of understand. You kind of understand her story and the fact that she has no fear going up against Godzilla, and that right there is great character. The
scene that she shoots the tracker in his back and rides Godzilla's fin
exactly.
For,
that's
a
so
few
cool.
seconds. I was like, hands down, most badass scene in the entire universe of Godzilla.
Everybody's dream.
I mean, the fact that she wasn't throwing up or having her skin break out in hives due to the radiation, the fact that she survived that, You know, kind of makes it a little bit
Suit, man.
badass.
It's that Toho Science protective suit she had.
Yeah,
Right.
but she does have the distinction of being one of the very few characters to come in close contact with Godzilla,
That's right.
basically
Really
be
odd.
on top of him and still live to tell about it. A lot of people can't really say that, but her character does. So I do love her, and I love her character in this story. You know, and this is not the last time we would see her in a Godzilla film. She has a little small part, a cameo, as a clueless host on this show would say.
Yes.
She has a small cameo for, you know, the righteous people out there. Don't say cameo, okay? You can look stupid in front of people. Don't do that, okay? But she does have a small cameo in Godzilla X, Mechagodzilla, not Godzilla Against, because that's a stupid title. Godzilla X, Mechagodzilla, where she plays a nurse, where basically Godzilla, at the very end of the film, when he comes back to Tokyo at night to destroy the city, and he pops up at a hospital, and there's like this nurse that's like getting people out of the hospital, you know, whatever. And she spots, she spots this kid or somebody slowly come out of the hospital, and she goes to save them and, you know, make them hurry up, like Godzilla's coming out the way, right? And also, it's also funny that there's a soldier that helps her out in that sequence. That's the same guy that actually is the superior officer that dies in Megaguirus.
Is it really?
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's the same dude.
That's
Yeah, so it was.
cameos, yeah.
So it was nice that Tezuka did that. It was like little callback to that, you know, whatever. Yeah. Also,
It's rich.
Masaki Tezuka not only had a cameo in GMK, but he also has a cameo at the end of Megaguirus. At, you know, when the children, you know, when the little kid gets the bugs and Godzilla pops up out of nowhere, you don't see Godzilla, right? But before that happens, there's like a teacher that helps out the two little kids. That teacher was Tezuka. So,
Nice.
you know,
Did not know that either. Interesting.
But going back to Tanaka again, I just love her for Megaguirus, and that's one of the reasons why I was always advocate for Megaguirus. You ain't got to say it's perfect, you ain't got to love it to high end, but I think that film deserves a lot more love than it gets. Do you agree, David?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, it's definitely, she makes this movie, and what I've been saying from the get is the characters are so great in this movie, and she's one of the main reasons. And her motivation, she has a character arc, like she feels responsible for the death of her superior. That's why she's really hell-bent on revenge. It's not just that he died, that she feels like she stayed there too long, he tried to get her out of the way, pushed her out of the way. So yeah, absolutely needs a lot of respect. People need to like give it another chance and watch it with a fresh perspective. Amen.
Absolutely.
And similar to what David showed off for Hiroko Sakurai, Masato Tanaka also has figures produced by M1 based off of the chibi versions from that movie. The programmed version. In addition to what Leslie talked about, I just really quickly wanted to point out that when she was discovered, she apparently was put onto an NHK, that's a TV broadcast system over there, series called Aguri, which she did wonderfully in, I guess, and helped launch her career. And then the only other movie of note that I was like, ooh, this is cool, is that she was in the Sadako versus Kayako.
Gotta see
I didn't know that.
You know, giant battle royale, giant ghosts.
Oh my god.
So
I gotta
definitely
see
something
it.
to check out if you haven't seen that one yet.
Fantastic. Now
Yeah.
you can see the world. Yep.
Super cool.
Perfect. Way to go.
Oh,
Kyle, what you
Okay.
got? Who you got?
So that leaves me. I got to get past everybody else's people here. Hang on a second. I guess I'll just spitball here. You know, I love women in film. I love it when they are butt kicking. And I think that one of the best parts about the Toho, specifically the Toho kaiju genre, is that every single movie, pretty much every single movie, has a strong female character. You know, when we all sat down, we kind of were like, no, Christine, you can't cover Megumi Odaka. And, you know, and I was kind of like, you know what? We shouldn't cover Kumi Mizuno either. We shouldn't cover the people that everybody already knows. And I'm actually going to cover somebody that every Japanese person probably knows. and her name is actually Kyoko Kagawa. And we saw her in Mothra, 1961, and there's a reason that she's in that film, and it's not because she's like a Toho actress. It's because she was one of the powerhouse actresses of the time. And if you've seen Mothra, you know that she was paired, not a romantic relationship, but her working relationship in that film was with Frankie Sakai, who was also a comedy powerhouse actor at that time. So Toho put so much time, effort, and oomph into Mothra, and I'm going to show you why she's so important. Another reason that you should know her is she was one of the prince's wives in Birth of Japan, one of the seminal, really long and action-packed, and not action-packed, character-packed. So like every actor under the Toho contract was in that movie. She's not in a ton of other Tokusatsu films, but I actually, yes, I knew her from Mothra and recognized her in Birth of Japan. But really, what happened to me is I watched some of her other films just because I was on a Kurosawa kick. This is not a Kurosawa film. This is Tokyo Story by Ozu. Who's another very famous Japanese director. This is he's done a lot of stuff like Tokyo Story, Osaka Story. There's just tons of stuff. So she was one of the actresses that he used, and that's a really famous Japanese film. Not an action-packed film at all.
I actually saw that movie, Kyle.
Yeah, it's pretty dry. It's good, but it's dry.
It's great.
And it's interesting. Anyway, that's Kagawa there from the film on the right. And not only was she popular with a lot of these directors, this is Sancho the Bailiff, which is, I think it's by Kurosawa. Please don't come at me if I'm wrong there. But basically, this is one of the movies that I watched where I recognized that Kyoko Kagawa is really great at playing a tragic love story character. So here in Sancho the Bailiff, here in The Crucified Lovers especially, oh my god, I think this is the film that I watched and my heart like ripped in half at the very end, and I was like, are you kidding me? So
check this out.
All of three of these movies are, even The Bad Sleep Well, even though it's not the same, these movies are not uplifting films. They are like kick you to the core kind of movies. The Bad Sleep Well is a Kurosawa film set in the modern times, but like I really love it when Kagawa plays Edo era and beyond kind of back in the day stuff. If you haven't seen Redbeard with Toshiro Mifune, she was actually paired with Mifune quite a lot in some of these films, so I would actually suggest, if you're looking for one specific movie where you want to see her with Mifune, I would suggest Redbeard, where Toshiro Mifune plays sort of like a town doctor, and Kagawa plays a very disturbed woman who, like, just very intense. Like, you can see it in her eyes right there. This is
absolutely
some serious, real. I don't want to say that kaiju movies don't have real acting, because that's a huge diss to anybody. But sometimes when you sit down and you watch a Japanese film that's not a kaiju film, you're like, oh right, this is serious acting. This is serious direction. This is like, these are movies that are designed to like resonate with you from the inside out. So I would highly suggest Redbeard. Honestly, I would really suggest The Crucified Lovers. Holy moly, what a horrible, horrifying story. And also, I never want to get into a time machine and go back to the Sengoku era. Maybe the Edo era would be okay, but like, yeah, this is just like seriously, all of these movies, like the Sancho the Bailiff especially, and The Crucified Lovers, they just show how terrible it was to not be somebody in power in Japan during those times. But that's all I'm going to really say about Kagawa. Awesome. She was born, I'll say last thing, she was born in 1931. So she's
still with us?
Up there.
She's
still with us.
Wow.
And she's still technically acting. She hasn't done any movies since about 2004, but she's done a ton of TV stuff. And so she's like, I think last year did a TV movie or a TV
Right
series.
on.
So anyway, there you go.
Love it. Cool.
We are going to go circle back around, starting with Leslie, then go to David, then Christine, John, and me, and tell us what is your favorite moment from your actress or character of that actress.
Oh boy, it was so many. It's a few to choose from Megan Garris. We just talked about one with her riding literally on the back of Godzilla. But I have to say, my favorite moment of hers, and I think the most badass, is the final scene where she flies her Griffin plane up to the satellite that's falling down, and and she kamikazes, dives directly into Godzilla, and the fire and the Dimension Tide, sucks up Godzilla. Spoiler alert: it didn't work, but I do like that moment. That was just badass. Like, she was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna take him out. She flies up, flies down, ejects out, boom. Great epic finale for that film. Again, it didn't work, but it was still a great moment. So that's my moment. What about you, David?
That's a great moment. There's so many moments in Ultraman and Ultra Q to choose from. I don't know. It's so hard. I keep going back and forth even now, but I'm probably gonna say the one episode with Gamma Kujira, because that centers around her character, Akiko Fuji, where it's sort of like a stereotypical woman character, but she still kicks ass in the episode too. So she wants them pearls, right? And Gamma Kujira is the whale frog kaiju that actually eats the pearls, and she's not stoked that Gamma Kujira is eating the pearls that she wants. And she's
not greedy. She just wants a few left over for her, Gamma Kujira.
That's right. And she gives, exactly, Kyle. She gives this empowered speech, this very emotional speech, just out like to Gamma Kujira. Please just leave some for me. And at the end of the episode, she and Ito are shopping in Ginza, the Ginza district, looking for pearls. But there's so many moments. I mean, she turns into a kaiju giant Fuji. I don't know. There's just so many episodes. Oh, the episode where Break Through the Smoke with Kemlar, it's just her and Hoshino fighting the monster. So she basically, the rest of the Science Patrol is still back at HQ, and she basically, her and Hoshino, start the battle against Kemlar. But she's just iconic, and she does it all in Ultraman. I mean, you see her in traditional kimono in the end of Gift from the Skydon episode, and she's just amazing, and I love her, and I just, that's it. I can go on and on, but I won't.
If I may, just quickly, the thing that I would like to like hoist above for Hiroko Sakurai is that she didn't just do Ultraman, Ultra Q and Ultraman and then say goodbye to the genre. Hiroko Sakurai works with Tsuburaya on the daily, and she is actively trying to make like the world accept Ultraman more. It's like, it's really cool that this woman who was part of the very first series, first two series, literally is still not just kicking with us today, but like kicking with us and the kaiju stuff. Like, she is all about trying to promote Ultraman these days. And
was she in Shin Ultraman?
She was not, and that's a misstep. That's a big misstep. That's a big misstep. Robert says episode 4. What episode is that? I don't remember, but I'm sure she was great. But yeah, like Kyle said, she's very active in the kaiju community. She responds to she belongs to groups and things like that. And she's humble, and she's grateful to have been in this, been a woman in Tokusatsu, like a pioneering woman in Tokusatsu. So she's awesome, and I continue to be in awe of her.
I have a question. I have one quick question. This question's for Kyle and David and John. 'Cause I know y'all seen Ultraman and Ultra Q quite a bit. Christine, I know you kind of like iffy on that stuff. I haven't
really watched any.
I mean, it's okay. I'm not picking on you for real. I'm just asking a serious question here. But Kyle, David, and I kind of know what you're gonna say, David. Maybe John to a certain extent. But in your opinion, what was her best work, Ultraman or Ultra Q? In your opinion,
Kyle, why don't you take this first?
Ultra Q, hands down.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that that's actually very thematic with what we're dealing with here, and that is that in Ultra Q, she is a badass photographer working for this news company, and she like goes out of her way to do things that like other dudes wouldn't do. They make it like part of the show. She's a badass. Going to Ultraman, her character is not the same character, but the character that she plays in Ultraman is I don't want to say that she's just like an office lady, because she's not. She goes out and she does stuff with the patrol as well, but she does get the coffee for everybody.
Yeah, she does.
She
does
for everybody.
Yeah.
And so for me, her way stronger role is in Ultra Q.
That's very valid, and I agree with all of that. But for me personally, I have such a connection to the 66 Ultraman, because that's where I first saw her. And as Kyle said, she does get the coffee. A lot of times, the Abarosa Vanilla episode, everybody gets to go, but Fuji, you stay here.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. She is sort of like, she falls into that stereotype of the female member of the group.
Yeah.
However,
you got like all the dudes in the team.
However,
stay with the kid. Yeah.
With Hoshino. She does get out there and kick ass and save the day on several occasions. As Robert said, episode 4, the Ragon episode, she's actually on vacation and she still kicks ass. She's instrumental in that. I need to go back and really revisit and reevaluate Ultra Q. Like, I need to sit there and watch it, but I can't argue that the stronger of the female characters is definitely in Ultra Q versus Ultraman, even though I have a softer spot for Ultraman, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, because
John,
I'm with you on both of you. It's hard the sentimental. I grew up with Ultraman, that's what I knew, but when I came to Ultra Q, you're like, wow, this is like the X-Files, this is, what the X-Files would be, but it's like, this is the roots of Tokusatsu on television.
That's a good way to put it. The X-Files and the Outer Limits.
Yeah. But I also want to say, I think a couple months ago, she spoke, I think, in Ginza, and she posted on Twitter that shot of her from the episode when she's in Ginza.
She did? Oh, with the pearls.
Yeah.
Oh, man, how perfect.
That's cute.
Yes. Y'all should get on Twitter sometimes.
I'm on there. I just look at your thing, because you have everything. You always retweet everything, so it's just look at John. Just follow John and you're all good.
I could retweet, but I know folk get tired of it. I could retweet. There's so much good stuff out there. Some stuff I hoard. But
that was a great question, Leslie. That was a really good question. Now, Christine, if you ever watch that stuff, you'll be able to.
I know.
And I don't know why you're resisting, because it's really good. It's really good.
I know I would love it. I know I would. I need
She
to
probably looks at the episode length, like how many episodes are there. Is like, whoa, that is a commitment.
There's a lot. That's a couple of years there, so I promise I will get to it.
All right, fair enough. Looks like everybody's on the Ultra Q.
Ultra Q, it makes
Ultra
sense.
Q. But hey, I agree.
Oh,
I
boy.
definitely agree. She's badass.
But Christine, what's your favorite moment from Akiko Wakabayashi's career?
Well, it's hard. So I really, maybe because I just recently watched it, but I really loved watching the Akiko film, the Italian one, even though I couldn't understand it. Like, because the whole movie, she is the star of the film. And, when you first see her in there, she's dressed in this beautiful, like, Japanese, she's just, and it's just so much fun to watch, like, her expressions. And it's cool to hear her speak this amazing Italian, which, I couldn't understand any of it. But it was just, I think it was a really fun film to watch. And I hope someday we'll get a translation of it, or I'll see if I can find one somewhere. The only one I could find was the one I watched. But I really enjoyed that film. You could kind of get the gist of watching it, but it was fun. Yeah, it was a fun film, and I think she really brought out her character in this movie. It was cute, it was funny, it was romantic.
Yeah.
I really like the scene towards the end of the film where she's in the wrestling ring with her love interest, and I from what I was gathering. because I know he had kind of jilted her earlier on in the film, and so I think this was kind of her way of kind of like getting back at him a little bit by wrestling with him towards the end, and she ended up kicking his butt, which was awesome. But so yeah, I do recommend checking that out, even if it's just to watch like what I did.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. It was really fun.
Would you guys indulge me? Can I give my favorite moment for Akiko Kobayashi? It's just real short. In Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, she's lying on the table at Dr. Tsukamoto's lab in Hokkaido, and she sits up abruptly and she starts talking about, it's like terrifying even to this day. And then the doctor says, wouldn't it be terrible if Ghidorah came to Earth? And it just shows a close-up of her face. He's already here.
Yes.
It's just like that to me, like that deadpan, like even the English version, both versions. Like I think in the English version, she says he's already arrived. In Japanese, he's already here. It was here already, and it's just like you get chills because you're like, you don't even know what Ghidorah is at this point, right? You don't know, and it's just like whoa. That's my favorite moment by far.
Then all of a sudden, Rodan and Godzilla pop up outside like 2 seconds later. It's like, do we have any more bad news? Like,
And I love the scene from Ghidorah, the scene where she's on, I think it's Mount Aso, where she's predicting the Rodan's going to come. I just love that whole scene too. I think 'cause she's like so vehemently trying to warn everybody and nobody's listening to her. I really like that scene that she plays.
She should have gotten together with Shindo. She should have got together with Shindo at the end. That was heartbreaking.
I know.
There was a little bit of tension there. There was a little bit. He was looking at her when she was getting on that
But
plane.
she was
Like,
possessed,
should have got with that. There was a little bit of that. But
He's looking at that like, you know what? I should have hit that. I really should have.
Oh man, it's so good. So good. She's so good in that movie, and I love her.
She really is. She's a great actress.
Kyle, what's your favorite moment for your choice?
Oh, so the problem is it's not a Godzilla movie or a kaiju film. Kyoko Kagawa, her tragedies are honestly like, I can't not suggest one of those. So if I had to say I'm going to suggest a tragedy to you, I'm going to go for the Crucified Lovers, because that movie has just phenomenal performances all the way through, and then the heart-wrenching happens at the literal very end. It's just really sad. So, but all of the movies I showed, Redbeard, Sancho the Bailiff, The Crucified Lovers, The Bad Sleep Well, and some more as well are available if you're a Criterion subscriber, or some of them might even be available on HBO Max. Just search Kyoko Kagawa on your streaming channels and so forth and check that out. But good stuff for real.
Cool.
Do I need a box of tissues ready for Crucified Lovers?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Kyle, she played an untypical character for a woman in Japan in 1962 and 1961 in Mothra. She was kind of take charge. She wasn't having it from her boss.
Yeah, she was like that.
She was talking back to her boss a little bit, and
when you compare her to like Yuriko Hoshi, very similar vibe,
very
similar, from those 1964.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
So I didn't get to do mine.
Oh, John, sorry.
But I wanted to say about Ghidorah. The next time you watch Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, before you watch it, read Revelation chapter 12. The book of Revelation, Old New Testament, scary book. Just read that. It's about the woman and the serpent. And,
I know what you're talking about.
No, the hell you don't.
Yes, I do.
I
like Revelations. I like Revelations.
You think Revelations is a club outside of San Antonio? Man. Anyways, John, what were you saying? Go ahead.
That as a preface or introduction to the movie, it might change the way you look at it. It's profound about who she is, her real identity. Well, it's a fascinating whole new take on the film itself. And at the end, when you get to the end of the chapter, because it says this woman, is pursued by this dragon. She's taken into the wilderness, and so she's dressing different than what the print is. She transfigures, and she's like, no one wants to hear her. And then it says the earth comes to her rescue when the dragon can't get her. So you think about Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan. It's a very interesting structure.
That's cool, John.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Now, for me, for Bella Lynn, I never, because I would have said grandfather, those scenes with her and Pops. But it dawned on me what's really cool at the beginning. She's performing, and then she has her vision, and she's like, just all overwhelmed. But at the end, this is my favorite scene. She's running in joy. It's almost like let me tell you her story from the beginning to the end.
Yeah. She was like,
yeah.
Yeah. It's true, but no, yeah, she definitely it's a full circle for her.
Circle.
Yep. And so let me get this straight. So in Ghidra, it's the ancestor of someone from Mars or Venus, whichever version you're watching, left on Earth, right? That's because it's
alien.
So it's not,
she's the descendant of one of those people.
Right. Correct.
Yes.
Got it.
And when she's in danger, her descendants' mental, spiritual energy manifests and say, yo, you got to jump off this plane into this very specific depth of dimensions that you can just kind of step out of into the ocean safely. It makes
those crazy brain waves.
Nobody talks about that. Like, she just jumps out of a plane and survives. Like, are the ancestors from Krypton where they can fly? Like, nobody questions this stuff.
Suspension of disbelief.
There's notes about that I came across about how that happened, how she was preserved. I got to find them, but there's notes about that.
We're all going to watch Ghidra tonight, I think.
I know I am.
I think I am now too. Yeah.
That could be one of the greatest Godzilla movies, just period, for me. I mean, that's a really definitive.
Even though it didn't make your top 10 when we had our African American show.
Man.
You want to talk about that, bruh? You want to talk about that? Again, John, we can do better, can't we? We can do better.
Oh my God, guys. Oh, I heard Ghidra.
Or the Science Patrol phone. And Fuji's going to answer it because that's.
I love you, John. You know I love messing with you, John. I love you, man.
I gotta go reevaluate my type.
Yes, you do. Please do.
Hey. We're allowed. It's allowed to evolve and to change, right? We can do that, even though I don't do it very much. Our opinions evolve and change, and hopefully grow and see things from a different perspective.
Yes.
That's why we do this show, right?
Yes.
One of the reasons.
Look at us growing together.
And last
it sure ain't the money, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I want some more background on Ghidorah. We know we evolved from, but that whole story is fascinating. That whole movie is profound. It's really
agree.
Go.
Well, you guys, that was an awesome segment. I hope I'm not shutting anybody down. Did we cover all the?
I think we did.
Well, first up, let me say we know we didn't cover all the women that we wanted to talk about because there are so many.
So many.
To talk about.
Part
Like,
2. We got to do part 2.
Yeah, we'll do part 2.
About the women's group in Shodai in '54 in the Diet protesting. I forget her name. She's she's got a whole man. I should have did her. I mean, she's
which again is so uncharacteristic for a woman in 1950s Japan to be that outspoken to men on the council, and it's really,
that's
really
right.
profound and so part 2. That means part 2 coming.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Who's that lady?
I definitely would love to do this.
She was hot.
That scene was funny. That scene was funny. Like, Jojo.
She was mad.
And the other. I just look at the other woman, kind of a couple seats down. She's just kind of laughing. It looked like she's laughing. The way she's sitting up, I was like, oh, this is funny.
And then your mind and everybody else is like this. When they start arguing, they're like this. They're like,
Yep. That's right.
Yes. We might need a cam version of Mystery Theater.
Oh, that would be
That'd be
fun.
fun.
Doing a cam version of Mystery Science Theater.
And I know the movie we can do.
What?
To make David, Kyle, and John feel better. Let's do the Mystery Science Theater treatment on Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh no!
Oh,
God, that would mean I'd have to sit
We
through it
should do that
again.
at DFAT.
Wait. That would mean I'd have to sit through it again.
Yeah.
Torture for David. Sorry, David.
We should do this.
All right.
We should do this.
Well, it sounds like the segment has devolved, and it's time
Yes,
for
it
us to
has.
move along. So let me just go ahead and pick up these pieces and hit play on our collector moment. That's right. We are asking Jonathan Portman and Ryan Wilhelm to join us for the collector moment.
that-
These are our two
Namikawa?
of our three.
Namikawa. Wait a minute. She got it.
How we got on here? Yeah.
Get that thing. Get that thing away from me.
Collect All Monsters
Ryan.
Monster Collectors Facebook group.
Ryan and Jonathan have to save us from that last bit we did. So
That was great. You guys are killing it as always. You know.
Clean shaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? How was I recognize you? What?
Oh wow, yeah, look at that.
Look at that sexy guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Kind of got the shaggy going on. Ain't that wrong?
Zoinks.
Oh wait, hold on a second.
It's great.
Oh, the Wilhelm scream.
There we go.
The obligatory Wilhelm scream.
All right. Jonathan, let me know when you're ready, because I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's dive right in.
Do this.
All right, everybody. Another section of the collector's moment. We bring you here the Bio Army from Casey Roberts. Wow. Biolante's Bio Army. And just, I mean, it's pretty amazing. This figure's gotten a lot of love recently, and as well it should. And that's to see all those together in one big row. Pretty fantastic, especially with the stuff in the background. I like how everything's composed. Awesome
I'm all
job, Casey.
for
Thank
it.
you so much.
Awesome.
Nice collection.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, beautiful, great collection. Oh, I like that.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
Very
dope.
nice. Oh, very nice.
Wow. Mushrooms.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Oh, the necklace. I have that necklace. The little
I've
pink
got
and blue one.
Yeah, Ryan, you're muted.
He was muted.
Yeah.
Well, how about Ryan just talk and I will dub over for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Featuring Matego Militia, Tasty Snack by Nev Campbell. Thank you, Nev. You are the best. We love you so much.
Oh, this segment's devolving too. What's happening?
Yeah, it's slowly degrading. All right. Okay, so this one I've been waiting
this
to
guy.
feature
Awesome.
Samian Lee's collection and work for a long time, and finally got the opportunity. He posted some really good stuff. All these pictures in a row, and so I had to put them together in a sense. Now the three up top, they were already together. I just kind of smushed the two in, but they're from actual photos he took, and I call it the Safubi Collective. Love the work, just
He's
love the
amazing.
aesthetic. Just amazing stuff. And I believe he also has an Instagram. It's Kaiju Hoarder. I believe I think that's the correct, but you can go and find for yourself. But same awesome stuff. He does these really cool stop motions with the figures. So we love your work. Thank you so much for sharing and
I
keep sharing.
love his style, and thank you for
Yeah.
highlighting it. I've been a champion of his for a long time, even before he joined our group. And finally, I got him to join our group. And I actually emulated him, and I did a St. Patrick's Day photo like the green one because I'm inspired so much by his style. And he is just an amazing. He's a graphic designer, as you would think.
Definitely.
And he's just a super guy. And I'm so glad he's in our group now. Great choice.
Absolutely.
Oh.
All right, moving right along with Pilot Ace X Pyra Baby. Oh, here he goes.
Wait, you can hear me?
Yeah,
here
we
we
do.
go.
Yeah.
Wait,
What's going on? Technical difficulties.
There's a moment here.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to highlight. Ooh, yes, thank you. I just want to highlight Greg Benton, another Pilot Ace brother in the community. The dude has everything, guys. I mean, check out this picture.
Yeah.
You can see some Gigabrain King Ghidorah behind it. Like, This is amazing. What a beautiful spread. I look at this almost every night. Maybe I do.
That Rodan is just beautiful.
I fall asleep to it at night.
It's a beautiful shot, man. I mean, like, I have a few of these pieces, and I think that they look better in Greg's collection. You know, I mean, that's saying something. So
That
Well,
Ghidorah
beautiful
looked
pair,
good right-
baby.
I think that Ghidorah looked good right behind me. I don't know.
Oh,
Dude,
that's beautiful.
I want one
Greg
so
also
bad.
has some epic box days too.
He does. The best in the business.
He's very good. He's a good guy. Ooh,
All right.
Wow.
So this
Oh
is
my goodness.
something. This is something we're gonna try to weed in when he has the time. But our good buddy, good friend of the show, Nick Sides, he's actually starting to contribute to these as well now that he's a moderator. So this is one of his picks. We're calling it Nick's picks. So we
I
have
love
the
it.
Glowy Gang, Taste of the Rainbow by
Wow.
Jim Eisenheimer. This is great.
Those
Here.
colors.
Look at all those in one. It's really hard to get all that clutter without it looking too busy or too messy. But this looks really nice and composed, and I love all the colors here. They just really
So
pop.
pretty. I love
Very pretty.
Safubi.
Such diversity.
Right, Leslie? Super
I
pretty.
just love Safubi.
Do we have a non-Sofubi post?
Outside of San Antonio.
I want to stop throwing up in my
That's
mouth
actually a
right
fair
now.
point.
So
That's
can we?
actually a fair
Join us.
point, Leslie. That's a fair
Join
point.
us, Leslie.
That is a
I
fair
don't want-
point. That's a fair point.
Here you go.
Thank you.
There you go. And boy, look what it is. And look what he chose. So there you go. Wait, patience.
What a kid.
Patience, young Jedi.
Lord Jesus, sweet Jesus, sweet Jesus, yes.
Now, Steve Herron, this guy just does it all. Builds the kits, but also builds dioramas as well. The dude is a master. He
He's
does it, all the smoke effects. I've seen his setup that he's posted before online. He does it all this, a lot of stuff in his backyard.
Amazing.
He has natural lighting in there too.
Yeah.
Really, really, it evokes like the epitome of Tokusatsu, and I just love his style of his work. And this is another Nick pick, so thank you, Nick.
I said it on Facebook. I said it on Facebook, and I'll say it again here. Whoever's driving that van is a dumbass.
Oh, that bit. I'm like, what are you talking
Yeah, they clearly didn't get the
Yeah.
memo. Giant monster in the area.
No, I'm so sad that Steve's technology wasn't working when we did our model show, because I really wanted him to talk about these models and his dioramas that he makes. He does this in his backyard, as Jonathan said, and there's very little, if any, Photoshop. This is just all in-camera stuff and angles and perspectives
So
and force
impressive.
perspectives. He is just, I'm in awe of him, in awe.
So
Aw.
cool.
Okay.
Dynamic.
Kyle thought it was funny.
All right.
Great. Oh, wow.
Now this is a fun one. I like this one because it's very Showa. Now Joshua Goji, he's been posting a lot in the group, and rightfully so. His stuff, he takes a lot of the a lot of variants of figures and puts them together in these very Showa-esque scenes.
Yes.
And with the grain and with like I call them like the VHS look.
Yeah, he
It's like a
does.
VHS
Yeah,
look.
there you
And
go.
I freaking love that so much. It's like
Cool.
something I'm in love with. And this is, of course, one of the greatest tag team battles of the century. Godzilla versus Gigan. And we have the Marmots here. So great, Joshua. Thank you for posting. Keep posting. We love seeing your stuff, man.
And Joshua, I sold you that Marmot Godzilla. That's from my collection.
Ooh.
We're back to one of
Just
my
saying.
selections,
Just saying.
and I'm going to quote the master: "Specificity is perfection." I'm talking about Andy Peters, and of course, his Marathon madness of the smog monster Hedorah. I mean, this is a sight to behold. A collection like none other in the game. Shout out to Andy Peters. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
It could be candles.
Oh,
And now we have a blank photo. Now,
Wow.
what you see here is a very envelope style
Loving
feel.
that one. That was great.
I thought you guys would love that the most. Honestly, I thought
Hands
one
down
way
the
to close
best.
out the show.
That's the winner
is
right
to,
there.
To just have a blank screen. Now the real thing I wanted to do here is I have the video from Danielle.
Yes.
So let me share that real quick, and then you
So-
can talk all about that.
So Danielle Ryan, as we all know, she's a great artist, does a lot of great pins. Christine was talking about her earlier.
Love
Now-
the pins.
she posted this as a promotion for her new art, the new pins coming out, and freaking amazing. Like, of course, we sped it up a little bit just because we wanted to keep the show rolling, but the actual original video, you can see it's in the group. I believe it was posted like a week or so ago. And
She
this is
made
her video
this.
she sent to us, like, just courtesy of Danielle. Thank you so much. Like, great
So
work,
cool.
great pins,
That's amazing.
great artist.
Whoa. Nice
Yes,
work.
buy her pins.
Minimochi.inc. That is her website where you can buy those pins.
Very cool.
Oh, man,
And that
you know what?
is the collector's moment.
That is the.
I almost said minute. I almost messed that up. It's clearly not a minute. It's definitely
used
not
to
a
be.
moment. It used to. Well, it used to be.
Yeah.
So
And yes,
Thanks, guys. That was great.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
Thank
was
you, guys.
Thank
Great
you very
choices.
much.
Awesome.
Very good. Outstanding.
Yamakawa also agrees. Yes. Yes. Oh, and I would be
Alright,
remiss if I
so-
didn't mention, since this is the woman of Tokusatsu, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Yuriko Hoshi is my favorite. I know she's a very like the main one of the main go-tos, but Mothra vs. Godzilla is my favorite Godzilla movie of all time, and her
My
presence in
man.
that is definitely not. It's definitely seen. So like. I appreciate, and she's also engaged with Rated Monsters. She's in a bunch of other, I think she's in The Last War as well.
Mega
She's in a
Gearus.
bunch of stuff. Megagearus, yes.
Yeah,
Just a great talent, wonderful person, and I had a mad crush when I was a kid, and I still do. So
Aw.
Aw, she's awesome. Ryan, just for grins, who would have been your choice if you were to choose a female Tokusatsu personality to highlight?
Ooh. Miss
Off the top of your head,
Namikawa.
quick.
Miss
Alright.
Namikawa, of course.
Fair
It's
enough.
the easy one, but that's my lady.
She's
Awesome.
pretty dope.
So
She's
Yeah,
pretty
pretty.
awesome.
I think
Right
the
on.
next
Beautiful.
time we do that segment, I'm going to try and do a couple of shout outs to people who are behind the camera too,
Oh, yeah.
ladies.
Oh,
Let's move along though, because we have a giveaway. That's right.
Free stuff.
That's right. So before I talk about it, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Creating a new banner that says, "Can you please let me create a new banner?" A new banner with the winning thing that you need to put in the chat, whatever. It would be hashtag UltraRobo7. Okay?
Love it.
If you want to win this poster, you'll want to type in the comments live as you're watching hashtag UltraRobo7. So I should have actually done this before we did the collector moment so that we could like be collecting
yeah.
all of this
Oh.
as we're talking.
We can vamp for a little bit.
What I'm gonna do now, a little vamp, is say we'll keep this up. But if you did not see this earlier this month, David Dopko actually had a conversation with John Bellotti Jr. in our Facebook group, and it's
did
still
indeed.
available to watch up there. To talking all about the process that he went through to get the license to make these shirts.
Really
And I
cool
would actually
stuff.
just like to say that as a creative person, normally the process is you go, man, I sure would like to make an Ultraman shirt. Who could I go through to make this Ultraman shirt, right? And this is this might not be what people actually say out loud, but basically, like hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to make an Ultraman shirt, you'd have to find a company that was involved with Tsuburaya. But really what John did is he reached out to Tsuburaya Productions himself as Robo7 and said, I can make these shirts. And they gave him the license. And that is phenomenal. Really, really cool. So I thank you guys for listening to my little diatribe there as we sort of like,
Real quick, Kyle, let me just add.
Please.
If you didn't hear this before, because I messed up my notes, but this poster is 18 by 24, and it's printed on
Wow.
matte archival paper, so it's a big poster, and it's a $50 value before shipping.
Nice.
So it's a
Oh,
really
nice.
good
High quality
thing to have.
stuff.
High quality stuff, and thank you so much, John, for donating this to one of our viewers, and
Thank you, John.
and to continue being a great friend of the show. So
Yeah,
he
for
was
real.
watching before. I don't think he's watching anymore, but I know he was watching before. So hopefully you'll watch it.
He was there. He at least
He was
showed up
there.
for a little
That's
while. Yeah, totally all right. So
Cool.
I'm gonna paste this in. Let's go ahead and stop that screen and share the screen right down. Where to go? Here. Ta-da! So what we do is we use the old StreamYard giveaway tool. Everybody who's put in the Ultra Robo 7, hopefully you've got that in already. You probably only have like a second or two before I start clicking the
Good luck.
button.
Good luck, everybody.
Okay, here we
Who's
go.
gonna win?
Draw. 15 entries. Who will it be? Thank you for the drum roll. And the winner of the Robo 7.
Larry Langdon!
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Larry.
So, Larry, I may have your mailing address, but if I don't, go ahead and shoot me a message, either via email or on the old Facebook Messenger, and I'll get your information sent to John Bellotti Jr., who's going to send that out directly to you, which is really cool of him. So thank you to Larry for winning, and thank you to everybody for entering, and big thanks to John Bellotti of Robo7 for
Thank you,
donating
John.
that prize. That was really cool. Okay. Whew. Well, it's about 2.5 hours in. I think that's pretty much all we have time for today. We want to thank everybody. Since the counter is still messed up, thanks to all 2 of you for watching. All this time.
It said there was
Thanks.
35 earlier, so
Thanks to everybody
I
who's
checked.
watched. You guys have been awesome. We've had a really great episode, really great segment. Really love talking about this. You can definitely count on us doing a Women of Tokusatsu celebration part 2. Maybe next month, or not next month, maybe next year for March as well. But we're going to go ahead and close out this show with the standard. Yes, the standard here. Why can't I find it? It says, you may not. Where is it? It's not. The banner's not here anymore. Oh well. I guess I'm just going to have to do it on my own.
Oh no.
Wing it! Wing
It's
it!
there, right there.
Oh,
It's
it's
already
up.
being
It's
shown.
up.
It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom.
Go on.
Jonathan Portman, you're amazing. Until next time, our planet may be doomed, our Earth devastated, the monsters are in revolt, and civilization is in chaos. But we must unite and collect
Collect.
all monsters. See you for the next episode. Jamata.